now it's going to be a 2. Yeah, when they slow down, they intensify.
Well, it wouldn't be normal if on 9/11 if you didn't have a disaster.
Yep. Now it's going to be a 2. Yeah, when they slow down, they intensify.
Well, it wouldn't be normal if
I'm getting an echo, but I don't think I'm on anywhere else. Let me double check. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. Make sure. Yeah, I was getting an echo, but I'm not on anywhere else.
Are you getting an echo now?
No. No, we're good.
Here's the 9/11 ceremonies down underneath the Blue Water Bridges. Do you see it on my screen?
Hold on. We got everything here. So did you stay up and watch any of the end of the debate?
Yeah, sadly, Trump blew it, didn't he?
Well, that's not what's being said. They're saying that he went off a little bit, but they're coming out and saying that as soon as it was over, her camp asked for another debate.
Well, yeah, because she was asking because she figures she won.
No, they're saying that everybody's saying, and even Gerald Ford, that's a Democrat. He said, "I don't know why she would ask for another debate unless she thought she lost." He said, "I would give it to her, but he said all that's going to do today is make the thing closer."
Here comes the military honor guard.
TJ.
What's up? Hey, Will. What's happening?
It's happening.
No, just chilling, man. Just chilling.
No, it's getting ready to happen here. The freaking storm that was supposed to hit us this morning is now a nighttime storm. Sucks.
So the storm is closely approaching. It's closely approaching,
no, it's still 12 hours away. It was supposed to hit the coast at 7 this morning. Slow down. So now it's going to definitely be a category 2. And it's going right over Homer and cutting right across where I'm going to be on one of the eye walls. Don't know what side yet. So we're going to get hammered.
Oh, hell. What's up, Lance?
What's up, Lance? So we're going to get hammered, but we're not sure how bad the hammer is going to be.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And Lance, I am on the 2nd floor. The only thing I got to worry about is my automobile, and I got it parked where it usually doesn't flood.
Well, hopefully it does flood.
Hopefully it won't. But if it does flood, I'll get reimbursed. You know.
He's got insurance.
What's going to flood?
That's even when you have insurance, Joe, it's still a hassle with all the rigmarole. You know.
Well, the good news, I got rental car on it. So if I get flooded out, I get the rental car. So, and then I just got to find something. And the worst part about it is if it floods out, then you got to find a car that wasn't flooded.
Hey, Brenda, how's it going?
And it depends on how much they give me for that car.
Frank?
You know, what I could buy. Because I'm not going to buy something and get a note. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather buy it right out. And I'll be looking all around for a Lincoln then.
Did you see where Hummer came out with a new model? And you know what the price is?
I don't even want
to know. To lease it, $985 a month.
Oh, God. Let's see if I could, let's see.
Can you imagine what on top of that, the insurance?
Oh, they got people that do it. They don't care.
Yep. Because it's got those self-turning wheels where you pull up and the wheels turn like this and you go in sideways, or
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
just something more to break, something more to fix.
And that's actual military out there, right? Doing the color guard.
Yeah,
Is this it
No,
right? Is this it right here?
that's the Port Huron Police Department and the Michigan State Police.
Well, I want to hand it to them. They wouldn't step. That's an old one. That's a 2022. The 2024 is the one all the way to the left.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
A Hummer. No, I like that. I wouldn't mind buying it. So, if I had the money to go out and buy it, I'd jump on it. Oh, Lord help me. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something. That's going to be a rugged truck right there. And if you go buy F-150 right now, it's $60,000.
See how the back wheels are turned and the front wheels are turned?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
that's
you know what that
pretty
means?
wild.
You know what that means, right? Something else to break.
Something else to break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what my cousin used to say, Bobby. He look at the new feature on the car, there's something else to break.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
Or
Bobby would sit the way
Yeah.
Bobby would do it, he'd go, son, that's something else to break.
or the
So-
maintenance on it,
Oh man, I'll tell you. You got to realize something. That's probably all-wheel drive. That means you got CV joints on each one. So you're bouncing around out there, you're gonna rip a CV joint, a boot, then you have to change it out before you rip your joint. That's why I would rather a rear wheel vehicle. So you don't have the CV joints.
It depends upon what kind of crowd you run with, whether TJ is going to rip your joint or not,
Doesn't have much it doesn't have much space in the bed of it.
No, it isn't. It isn't a pickup truck. It's a utility SUV.
Let me see what the inside looks like. The heck is that? Is that for like like a trailer? I guess like a trailer hitch, I guess. Oh, that must be for like the radio. These look pretty nice. Looks pretty roomy in there.
Yep. Should you sleep in the back seat?
Yeah.
Just lay down across it and you'll be good. Good to go. Especially somebody short like me.
Wait, so is this the Jeep? Is that the Jeep? Is that a Jeep? What the heck is this over here? Does it have like two GPSs or something? Or one's the radio and one's like...
Now that's the tires underneath you're looking at. You're showing tires. Probably got a camera underneath to show you what's underneath.
Oh, it's an underneath camera. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Another thing to break. Hit a rock. As soon as you hit the rock, there it goes. Camera gone.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
There we go. Camera gone.
Well, that just shows how technology, for the most part, has gotten out of hand. Just because you can figure it out and make it doesn't mean you should.
No, go. Yep.
So I guess it's only in a. Oh, it's got 8 colors. Mm. No, anyway.
So you work today, TJ?
Yeah, I go in at 1 today, so.
Okay, so did you plan your lunch yet?
No, not yet. I'm probably just gonna make a peanut butter and jelly or a meat sandwich or something.
You see that? See that rain path they're talking
Oh
about
yeah.
going up the middle?
Yeah.
That rain path is going to go right to the edge to the left. So if you're looking at it, it's right to the right of me. But all in that rain path, they're saying 15 to 18 inches of rain. And I'm going to be right on the edge of it. And they got a guy on a forklift with all his tattoos and his bright orange, his bright yellow, like the yellow green chartreuse color, white beater on, and old Matty Kurt's leaning all over the thing talking to her, and you can see she's flirting a little. She got her eyes all big and smiling, got all them tats and the big arms and all of this stuff. And he's kicking back and he's smiling and she leaning on a thing like this, like
Wait, who? Wait,
let me type this. I was like, quit flirting with the guy. I'm gonna do it.
That's the news person.
Oh, the news person.
I'm gonna send her a text right there. Quit flirting with that guy.
It wasn't. What
Oh,
was
it's
it?
local news.
Oh, the local news. Oh.
And y'all think I'm kidding, huh?
Mhm. So, what are you up to today, Paul?
Another day in paradise.
Yeah. What's going on there? Was there an accident or something?
What?
Yeah.
Like what on your
What's today, TJ?
9/11 Memorial.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, just to show y'all,
Oh,
I'm telling you the truth.
that's all right. Huh.
You see down right here? See, it says Matty Kurtz, box 8. It says, stay safe. Quit flirting with that guy with the swole arms and tattoo.
Wait, where does it say that? Oh,
Yeah, I said, stay safe and quit flirting with that guy with the swole arms and tats.
oh, what? I don't. Oh, is it one of the was it one of the it was one of the news anchors?
Yeah, she's out there flirting with the guy. That's what I said. If I was close right now, I'd be right there by her. I'd be flirting with her. Yeah, she's smoking hot. She used to be on the dance team over at Slidell High School. So when I took the pictures of the dance teams over there, I remember her, but I didn't know her there because she was at a different school, and it was just a high school girl. Then when she got it, I remembered the name, and she came on one time and said she went to Slidell. She was on the dance team. So I went back looking for pictures, and I found her in a couple of pictures. And then I ran into her out here at a 4th of July celebration, and she came up to me first, said, "Weren't you the guy that takes pictures on the sidelines?" I said, "Yeah, that's me." Got a big old hug from her.
She was
Every time
rubbing all on him. It's
Oh, he's
I tell you
driving.
what, I try to, if she's in the area, because she lives on the North Shore, so if she's doing something around here, I get out there just to go see her. You can always use a hug, right there, TJ.
You said what?
Always use a hug.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need a little pretty girl rubbing on me.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, she's still doing the interview. She'll get all see that thing, and she'll come back and say, "Stop."
I forgot Jason was driving because he's like, "Where's the Zoom link?" I told him just to go to a previous live that it'll be there. I didn't know if he was at home or
put
at
the
his
link?
office, or whatever.
I didn't put the link in there.
No.
Oh crap. Hang on.
Yeah, she's way down in Terrebonne Parish. She's down where
This
the storm's getting
that
ready
looked
to
like
hit.
it was the Avada 2 or something.
What?
That video that you just showed.
I'm still sharing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm glad I wasn't showing nothing I wasn't supposed to be showing. I was looking for what you call it.
Yeah.
I was looking for pop-out chat. See, it should stop sharing when I kill the picture. You see, I got nothing to hide.
That'd be too smart, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be AI. AI, except sometimes dumb. You know.
Yeah, except sometimes dumb. I don't know. I think sometimes I'm just like in another world and just like forget like important days or whatever. Like, is today like a special day or something?
You know what that is, TJ? I'm gonna tell you what it is. And don't take offense to it. It's your generation.
Yeah.
No, y'all don't. Y'all pay more attention to social media than the things that happen around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't read it on their phone or their iPad or whatever, they
It's
don't
not
care.
true.
Yep.
And if they read it on the phone, it's true, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it pinned now.
See my Marine Corps son, he'll be on the phone with me talking when he's driving, and he'll start yelling at somebody, say, "Look at that stupid guy the way he's driving." I just, look at it, he can't be that stupid. And then he says, "Damn, I sound like you now." I said, "Good."
Jason.
Attention on deck.
Carry on.
Sir.
Good morning, gents.
Come on, sir.
Hey, Jason.
All right. Thanks for posting that link up there, Paul. You know, like hanging out with you guys on my morning commute,
Well, we like having you too.
if you don't mind.
No, because we like to have the smart guy so that I don't look so stupid, you know?
Stop.
That's just the opposite, Paul. The smarter the guy, the worse I would look.
I'm smart. I'm smart at one thing, and it's playing Fortnite. And even then, I'm dumb.
I'm smart because I don't.
That's funny.
So now that storm that was supposed to hit the coast at 7 this morning is hitting 7 this evening. That means we have a nighttime storm.
Joe's waiting.
About 2:30 in the morning,
And it went from
I'll be getting Hurricane 2 winds.
to a Category 2, right?
Yep, it's gonna turn into a 2. We got a severe. We're in a moderate to extreme tornado risk where I'm at. That's the one thing I've never worried about with hurricanes, with the tornadoes that come in them, because it's never really around where I'm at. It only happens when you get into the northwestern part of the eye. That's usually where the tornadoes hit. And guess where I'm gonna be this time? I'll be the northwestern side. Hey, it is what it
Sounds
is.
like business as usual.
Yep. I'll go in the back and get my Kevlar helmet out. Wish I had a flag jacket.
Why's that?
Well, if I have to go out and the stuff's flying around. No, I don't have any trees that should affect me because the trees are small enough, far enough away. The only thing is where my car is at, they do have some pine trees. And if it comes down on my car, it does. You know, there's nothing you can do about that because either put it where it floods with no trees or put it over there and hope the trees stay.
Right on. Now you never know what kind of projectiles be floating around out there. You know,
Oh, yeah.
flying around out there, and if you happen to be out in the storm, and even inside your house, because if you get, you know, if you get trees that break through the
Randy, what's up?
walls, guess what? You're hosed, right?
What's up, Dusty?
Right.
Nothing wrong with armoring up, you know, because you never know.
Well, when I was a kid, I was 8 years old when Hurricane Betsy hit, and I went directly over New Orleans. And we were told, my dad, when the eye hit, he said, "Come outside, I'll show you what the eye looks like. It looks like a perfect day, nice and calm, bright, everything. You got all around you, you can see the darkness, but where you're at, when the eye's coming over, it's perfectly clear. There's nothing but a gap. But as soon as that eye passed, the wind switches to different direction, comes in just as hard. And he says, well, come on, let's go check the yard, make sure everything's tied down." So we ran around the yard and picked up stuff, and we were out there for about 15 minutes. Wind started to pick up. He said, let's go get in. We got inside, and then the next morning when we went outside and we looked around the yard, we had a tree that was about maybe 14 inches in diameter. There was a 2x2, 2-inch, it was 1 inch by 1 inch piece of wood that was maybe about 10 foot long, was thrown into that tree, was sticking out one side and sticking out the other side.
Wow.
Now figure that one out. And it was clean, like somebody just shoved it through and left it there.
Whew.
I can still see it. And we had an oak tree, a big oak tree, huge oak tree at the end of the corner. And they used to come through and trim the power lines in between it because it was so big they couldn't cut the limbs down around it. They couldn't do anything with it. It was just, they had to just keep a gap in the middle for the power lines. When we went out there, the tree was missing, right? No tree, big hole in the ground. All the power lines were still intact. How'd that happen?
Just pluck that tree, huh?
It just took the tree out of the ground, but it did not hurt a power line. How'd that happen?
Right.
My dad stood there for about 20 minutes looking at those power lines. And I remember asking him, well, where'd the tree go? And he said, the hurricane took it. And he said,
God took it.
Why is the power line still there? Why didn't it take the power lines out when it did? It's just amazing, you know?
Yeah. That would have been a sight to see, you know, just getting ripped out. Maybe, who knows, maybe it rusted out the limbs first and then it took it, the rest of it, you know?
Well, it either did that or it sucked it up and it came up from the bottom up and then rotated, you know?
Yeah, right.
I'm thinking lightning may have hit it, split it, and then pulled it apart.
Or it just plucked it out of the ground like take a cork in a bottle, you know, just.
Yeah, it could have, but still.
Yeah, but the
in
power
between
lines
that,
are right through the middle.
power lines were all in between those limbs.
Yeah, that would have been
None of the
a sight to
power
see
lines
it
were
get
damaged.
pulled out.
The only thing damaged was we had light poles. It was an old part of New Orleans, so we had concrete poles, and on the top a big glass, like cover over the lights, and they were specialized. I mean, really expensive looking. And it was only one of them that every one of them was fine. One of them was missing that globe that was on top. It was missing one, but we couldn't find it anywhere. So it came off and went somewhere. But Betsy tore up New Orleans. We were in a 2-story house. This is when you had the Motorola TV that was on the rolling stand. And we had the TV upstairs, and the wind would be blowing and the TV would roll, then it roll back. And it roll and it roll back. So that house was swaying. Water was hitting the window so hard. I was 8 years old. That's how much I remember this. Water was hitting the window so hard that it was beating through the glass. You get a little mist coming through the glass, and it just beat up and drop down, beat up and drop down.
That's crazy.
But we were out of power for about 10 days back then. I remember that. It was bad. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm looking at this. They're showing it right now, and they're just showing that little loop where it just goes about 1 inch back and forth. And if it's it's either doing that normal jog that it does where it goes right, left a little bit. It actually, to me, looks like if it keeps doing what it's going to do, it's going to skim the coast of Louisiana. Ain't going to be nowhere around me. Well, that
How's the weather right now? Is it sunny and clear? Currently?
Oh, hell no. It's been overcast with a drizzle suggested. I changed my new props out for the Avata. I put the master air screw on the Avata 2. Yeah. I want to go out there and fly, but it's been raining ever since I got them.
Damn.
Fly inside your house.
No, I was going to do it.
Do they make the?
Yeah,
those things.
do they make the gem fan props for the Avata 2?
I think they do.
You should get some of them.
I think it's what is this, 2.5 inch prop?
Yeah, you should get the gem fans. Those are the best ones. Those are the best ones ever.
Yeah, it's a 3 inch prop. But you can buy the gem fan 3 inch, and 3 inches work on it. Hurt.
Oh, okay.
This is a 4-blade prop. Where the original is a 3-blade prop. You can kind of see it a little bit.
Just so loud inside of a house.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of it right there. That's the 4 blades. But I wanted orange, and they didn't have orange because they got that orange on the front of the Avata. It would look good.
Yeah.
Well, last night on Drone Nation, Marcus Crawford said he canceled his order for the Neo.
Why did he cancel it?
He said he's upset the fact that they came out with everything and they said it's gonna take so long to get here, and then they missing stuff in it and all this other stuff.
Wait for it to come out in Best Buy, right?
He said just wait till he gets here, you know.
They were saying that when
why would they sell it? Why would they send out a drone with missing stuff?
Well, no,
they're not missing things. It's just changed it.
It's that
what you can get.
Bundled. It's not bundled like normal.
Oh.
They're not.
They changed the bundle for us.
Oh.
Yeah, that suits you though, doesn't it, Joe? Because it means that they're not putting the RCN3 in it, and you didn't want that anyway.
Yeah, I don't want it. You know, I'm okay with it. You know, I think he's upset that the fact that it's coming out today. Everybody else has it, and we don't. I think that's what did it to him. And I can understand.
Oh, it comes out today?
No,
in the U.S. When's it come out in the U.S.?
Not gonna be until October 8th.
October the
Okay.
8th.
Interesting.
Well, Joe had one set aside for him, and he turned it down. So
Yep. It was an executive decision. I've got that NAS system in the courts because I got to buy it from 2 different places to get what I want. And
Right.
I was going to spring on it last night, and I said, nope, let me wait. Let me look. It's going to run
Which
me
drives are you
right
gonna
at
get?
2,000. Well, it's the Synology. It's a 6-bay.
Okay, so you decided on the Synology 6.
Yeah, I did decide on them. And then I got
Congratulations.
the
That's awesome.
Foxes, the Seagate Fox, whatever they call, Iron Wolves.
Iron Wolf.
Yeah, the Iron Wolves,
Yeah.
512s. Yeah, it's a 5-bay. I bought a 5-bay because one of them will be the backup, and then will be the one that backs up. The rest of them will work. But that should give
All
me.
right.
I shouldn't outgrow that one. And in the process, I got 2 of the 1 terabyte SSDs, M2s to go in it, and then I upgraded another 8 gigabytes to go to 16 gigabytes of RAM. So it sits about $1,000 at each place. So it's going to cost about $2,000, $2,000.
Right on.
But like I said, I won't outgrow it. 60 terabytes. I'm outgrowing 14 right now. So if I got 60, I should be good.
Yep. You'll be good until you need more. That's all.
Well, I don't put it like this. If I get to 60 terabytes, I'll probably be 85 years old.
The Pavo Pico.
Would you start to delete files though, like we were talking about the other day, or would you just buy new drives?
I haven't. Well, what I would probably do, I really would like to delete the files. I'd like to have the time. I don't have the time right now to do this, but I'd like to go through it and have leave it on the desktop and knowing that's where I'm working at. Keep notes on where I'm at and go through. Okay, this folder.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't need these raw files. So a copy of everything else. Get rid of the raw files. Then I go to the next folder.
Right.
That would be the best way to do it. Then I know I got a clean copy.
Right.
But like I said, I've got I think the raw files started in 16, might be 17 when I started doing raw. And there's a lot of stuff that I've done raw with that I'd rather keep it in case like it's Mardi Gras pictures or something like that. Because like a JPEG, if you keep copying it and pasting it or saving it, you lose a little bit each time. It deteriorates a little bit. The TIFF don't, JPEG does. You know, I went through a class about photography. It was all about that. And that class, I was amazed. I didn't even know that. You know,
yeah, no kidding. That's news to me.
Yeah, it was a class given at. Listen to this. It was given at Harvard, and they asked professional photographers to sign up for it for free online. So I signed up for it. So I got a thing over here saying I went to Harvard to take this professional photography course, and I passed it, did the whole thing. But when they got to the JPEGs and they were explaining the difference, they said what happens because of the compression of a JPEG, when you save it. And you take that same JPEG and you copy it and paste it somewhere else, you've lost a little bit. And over years, that JPEG will deteriorate enough that way you start losing your resolution, and that it'll start blurring on you. So it's going to distort a little bit on you over the years because it's losing every time it changes. But they said if you do it in the TIFF file, which is like a JPEG might be 5 megapixels, the TIFF might be 300. That doesn't change at all. So you save them all on a TIFF file, you're good. Then you can make a JPEG off the TIFF file, and that's a clean copy. That's like the RAW. But you see with the RAW, the difference in the RAW, that's why I went to it, is you have all the high dynamic range in there so that you can take that RAW picture and say like right now especially, I've got a picture I took a few years ago that I couldn't get the noise out. I could get most of it out. I could take that same picture now, put it in Lightroom, and do AI and let AI do the noise, and that picture's gonna look better than I did. But that's why I would keep the raw file, but because the technology changed. Thus, I get 60 megabytes of 60 terabytes. That way I can keep the raw files. It's either hence. It was hence. Hence I get, not thus. Hence.
Yep.
Lance.
Hi, Lance.
Hey, Lance, you get on Fortnite?
Yeah, you see, and Lance just said, yes, correct. Resave TIFF and DNGs all day long. Yeah. But that was the most confusing course I've ever taken. And I knew photography. I only took this about 5 years ago. And that course, man, when they started talking about that, I said, what? I had to go back, and it was all online. I had to go back 3 times over it just to try to understand it.
No, that's what you got to do. Especially like you said, I mean, you're a professional photographer. It's like, hey, learn the skill, getting the knowledge, and shoot. Now I learned something new. It's good to keep the raw files and the TIFF files, like you said.
Yeah, and DNG file too. If you can make
DNG
file, you can do it. Yeah, DNG file is the same thing. I forgot about that.
Yep. I'm gonna run inside and do payroll, and I'm probably gonna call it an early day.
You got my social right? You're gonna do payroll.
Good. You know what? If you want to confirm it for me, Joe, go ahead and put it in the chat with your birthday.
Not doing that. Not doing it.
And let's see your last known address, your last 3 known addresses, and
no, never mind.
We'll also need your bank account, routing number, and account number to make sure you're paid appropriately. Just put it in the chat.
I got it. It's done.
Right.
You do it real fast.
Yeah. Nope. Every 2 weeks. Do the payroll. Just make sure everything's good to go and send it off for processing.
It's in the chat.
All right.
I just stuck it in there.
All right, gentlemen. Have a great afternoon. Lance, maybe I'll play. If you want to do some Fortnite later on, I'll probably be home around. I'll get on early with you to do some training, do some playing if you want, Lance.
Yo, Dre.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, Jason. We'll see you. Have a good day.
Yeah. And Lance said, put your Social Security in there too. Well, they got live footage right now down in Grand Isle, Louisiana. That water is getting close to going over docks. NationCam.com. I didn't know the hell. Let me look that one up. I may be able to watch the storm come in. View all locations. Wow. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, it's pitiful. That's down at Grand Isle, Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're getting some. If you still got a foot and a half of it, but about 3 hours, all of this is going to be up. The water's going to be up to this.
Well, hopefully it won't come onto the.
That's Venice, Louisiana.
How's it looking for Johnny?
Well, this thing right now is gonna get Johnny on the west side. He's gonna get less than me now.
Really?
He's gonna get hit, but it's gonna be less than me.
But y'all kind of live near each other, though.
Yeah, but it's not that big of a storm. It's the eye wall's not that big. So when it comes across, it's gonna skirt everybody. It's gonna skirt him, and it's coming. It's actually right now, it looks like it could skirt me too, which is a good thing. If it keeps shifting, it's gonna wind up in Gulfport and Biloxi area. And that's a lot better for me. That means I won't get the heavy rains.
What's up, Frank?
Hi, Randy. Dre.
What's up, Dre?
What's happening in your neck of the woods? Nope, Mike's muted. Mike is muted.
Thing 1, 2, 3. There it is.
Yep, there we go. There we go.
For some odd reason, it shows a mic that did not exist. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
So I wanted to come in here and start off my morning right by watching you guys and coming here and have some giggles with giggles.
I
Yeah.
I see that.
You always got to start your morning right by clapping and having some fun, and that's hee-haw.
That's Mr. Giggles.
That's funny.
Morning, Mike.
That's pretty good.
I know you're there for us. I know you're there with us. And what's
Pretty
going on with the
good.
flooding there?
Yeah, that's a hurricane getting ready to hit us.
Goes in the path of that hurricane.
You see where it says, right in the middle, it says 12? I'm right around where that 12's at. But that's the weather it's right coming into the top of the lake right now. So I should get rain here in the next 15 minutes. 'Cause I'm right where that shield that says 12 is. I'm right about there. Maybe a little bit to the left, right at the left of the shield. But that's Hurricane Francine coming in. And we're gonna get category 2 later today.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not gonna be anything nice.
Giggles, Thursday night, I'm going to have a live also. You should come on my live and laugh some more, because we're going to be talking about bloopers and screw ups and bad things we've done in our RC. In other
There
words,
you go.
have you ever blown up a LiPo? Have you ever soldered a connector wrong? Have you ever done anything wrong in your hobby? That's what we're going to be talking about and having fun.
Oh, there you go. There you go. When is that?
Tomorrow night at 9:30.
Oh, dang! I think at 9:30. Okay, so I get off at 9. So I might come in for a little bit tomorrow after I get off work, because I do work tomorrow. So
cool. That'd be fun. It'd be fun to hear what you've done wrong.
shit. I don't know. I don't think I've ever, like, in the way of like RC or drones. I don't think I've ever. Well, I probably flew my drone on like 20% battery, and it fell out of the
I was gonna tell you that.
Fell out of the sky. Well, I don't know. That particular day, I was just wanting like a couple of pictures of this big ship or this big boat, and maybe I don't know. Maybe the signal got discombobulated or whatever, and or maybe somebody had a signal blocker that day.
He's not sure, but he's crashed.
Yeah. I don't know what happened that day. That was with my
12%.
my previous Air 2.
I do a
Air
thing
2S
with
or
my
Air 2?
No, it was the Air 2.
Air 2.
Yeah.
I do a thing called parking lot roars. So we go and race on parking lots with RC cars. And
Oh,
I
there you
brought my
go.
wife at the last one. I brought my wife at the last one, and she was laughing at me, telling me I did not know how to drive and I suck at driving. So
Oh.
it was so funny hearing her do things and say things at me. So
Man, yesterday, Maddie and I went to this park. It's called Markham Park, and we drove around in there. And there was a spot where we flew our FPV drones, and then like next to it was a place for RC cars, like the crawlers, and they had a bridge, and there was like these little mountains and stuff, and there was all these like different obstacles and stuff, like multiple bridges that you could drive the crawlers on and stuff. I mean, it was pretty cool looking, but the wood was very deteriorated, and it looked like from like the water and everything hitting on it, it looked really like braille. So. But it was pretty cool looking though. And then there was a spot where people were flying the RC planes and stuff. So those RC planes are something else, man. They're pretty loud.
yeah, another thing that some of my friends were flying a while back were just a wing. It looks like a big triangle. They call it a wing. Those are pretty cool also.
Yeah. I've seen one on videos, but not in real life.
Shelby flies them a lot.
Yeah.
I'd love to get myself it's a one propeller, I think, at the back, and there's a guy sitting and it's got a parachute. And that's kind of cool when you see that in the air and just go slow and
Yeah.
Paramotor.
yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's pretty big in Europe, but here in Canada and US, you don't see it much.
So how's the weather in Canada, Frank?
It's nice now. It's not the
Yeah.
weekend. That's why it's nice. It's not the weekend.
Oh. Yeah, those wings do look pretty cool, Randy. I've like I was saying, I haven't seen one in real life, so I've just seen them, like on videos and such. But they do look pretty cool though.
Well, I wanted to come in here, say hi to everybody, and you guys have a good day, and I'll get back to work.
All right, have a good one. Don't work too hard.
Okay, we'll see ya.
See you later.
Later. Okay, according to the polls after last night, Trump gained ground on the economy.
What did he lose on?
Well, they're talking about that now. They said it made it a lot closer. I'll tell you what he needs to do. What he needs to do, and this is the simplest marketing thing you need to do. Simple. It's not even, if I can think of it, it's simple. I know Mudball can think of it. You go and get all those clips that she has on day one. I'm gonna ban fracking. Then put the one now. I'm for fracking, and go back and put all the stuff she said before and all the stuff she's saying now, and saying you can't believe her. Just leave it like that. How can you believe her? Like this, or something like I guess because it's so close to the election, she's saying this to get elected. But will she go back or something in that category? I think that would be and spend all your money on that. Get all that out. Every place.
So if it makes you feel any better, Joe, it's raining here in Seattle as well.
No, it doesn't. No, not a bit.
We're just not going to get your wind or the amount of rain you get.
What kind of wind are they talking about with a Category 2, Joe?
Over 100.
Oh, you're a sissy. You can handle that. But did I hear Justin giggle?
No.
Justin?
Yeah, I thought I heard Justin giggle. No.
No, Justin's not on here. It's Mark.
Oh, it's Mark's giggle. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ, thanks for the sticker.
Oh, I you know what? I just ran out of stamps. I got to get some more stamps. So I don't know if I have your address. So message me your address so I can get a couple of them out to you.
I did, and you gave me a thumbs up.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember.
I'll let y'all get a glimpse of Hannah. That's one of our meteorologists. I don't mind a storm hitting because she's on longer, and I get to watch her more.
Yeah. She is very pretty.
I could watch her all day.
Yeah.
Well, and he has.
Yeah, I have. And she's come on, stupid computer, stop. But today you ought to see her when she's in those little black dresses that are real short.
Dude, do you ever watch that game show, The Price is Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the what's her name? That model, that blonde-haired model that does all the what the heck is her name?
I got a feeling you're getting ready to say Vanna White.
No, not Vanna White. No.
I got a feeling you're wrong.
No. What is her name? She's one of the I guess panelists on that show. I forgot what her name is, but she's real pretty too.
And I've got a Ford truck. It's about a 1965, blowing blue smoke, going up a hill. I'm gonna start coughing here in a second.
Oh.
My gosh, you can't even see anything. That dude needs to pull over, put some oil in that thing, put some more oil in that thing, get some more blue smoke. And he's going my way. Dang it! I was hoping he was going to turn.
Here you go, TJ. Is this the girl?
We don't see anything.
I'm getting it.
You're not sharing.
I think that's her. The girl that's on The Price is Right. I think.
Yeah, that's Rachel Reynolds.
Oh, Rachel. Yeah, there. Yeah, Rachel Reynolds. Yeah.
Guess where she lives? She lives about 2 miles from me. About 2 miles from me.
Manderville.
Oh,
she lives in
Manderville, Louisiana.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's got a house in California, but she lives in Sanctuary, which is about 2 miles from me.
Oh wow. Well, there you go.
When they're not filming, sometimes you'll run into her around.
Oh.
Yeah.
She kind of looks like
Vanna White a little bit.
No, I was thinking more like maybe like Britney Spears, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, a little Britney Spears look.
Yeah.
Where Britney Spears lives?
Where
Britney
what?
Spears lives about 30 miles north of me.
Manderville. She lives in Manderville.
Oh, huh.
Lives in God darn it, Franklinton, Louisiana.
Wow.
You know where Taylor Swift lives? Manderville.
Oh, everybody be living in Manderville.
You know what? I'm telling you, listen to me. I have press credentials for the 2 concerts coming up for Taylor Swift in October. I'm not going. I'm done.
Come on, be a Swiftie.
I'm not going. You know why?
We're proud.
I'm not going because last night she tweeted over Instagram to all her 28 million Swifties she said, "Hey, all my Swifties, vote for Kamala." So that did. I'm not going. I'll tear them up first.
Will you
I'm
send
not
them to
going
me?
to it.
Send me the pair.
Oh, Britney Spears is from Louisiana but lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but her home, her sister, everybody lives up there. She used to come back and forth, but she had a big court thing against her parents, and her and her parents don't get along anymore.
Yeah, she sued her parents.
For what?
Not being good parents, I guess.
Oh, except JDS. That's pretty wild.
Hey, Randy, wrist on sore. I got a good looking neighbor across the hall.
Hey, Randy, try to format it. If you don't care about what's on that card, format your card in the camera to see if that fixes it.
What's it doing?
I can't see the chat, so I don't know if he heard me or replied to me.
It says I've been having issues with the Sony A7 IV with the SD card, the computer transfer file, raw file. It says unsupported. I can tell you what might have happened. Put it back in there. Before you format it, take another picture and then turn it off. Turn it back on, turn it off, and take it out. That might do it because it just may not have reset the SD card.
Finish
I've
the
had
last
it with
card.
SD card. Yeah.
You may have
Hasn't
turned.
finished
You may have turned the camera off before the
Too soon.
buffering of the last picture was taken.
Yeah.
Is what Joe's saying.
Yeah. So put it back in. Put it back in. Take another picture and then turn it off and let it sit there. After you take the picture, let it buffer for a couple of seconds before you turn it off. Give it about 30 seconds just in case, and then turn it off and then take it out. When you turn it off, leave it for about 30 seconds.
Okay, what's TJ going off on?
I don't know.
TJ probably doesn't know either.
That's fun. JDS is like twist the edges of my stash. That's funny.
Yeah, he's telling JDS telling Twisters he wants Twisters mustache up.
Yeah, and get some wax for it.
You can see TJ go get a candle and melt some wax on the table and take the wax off the table. It's not the right kind of wax, TJ.
Yeah, like the mustache that David put in that picture.
To your nose hairs. That's funny. That's pretty good. That's funny. It has to grow longer. It has to grow longer so I could like just bend it up there. poke a couple holes, like I don't know, like I'd have to let my nose hair grow. Then armpit. Then armpit. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I need a gallon of stash wax. He would be original. Yeah.
It beat me down here. That truck went a different way, but he still met up with me at the bottom of the hill, Dad. I am here.
So Joe, what time are you supposed to start getting the weather?
We won't get it till tonight.
Yeah, but
We're
early
not gonna
tonight.
get bad
or
weather
late
till
tonight, or-
well, it's gonna start raining here any minute. We got one set of rain that should be here any minute. Then we got the feeder bands coming in from the east. That should start hitting us in about an hour. But yeah, it's starting to rain now. The trees are starting to move a little bit. But we're not gonna get anything heavy till probably about 10 o'clock tonight. Like I said, it was supposed to be a daytime storm. We were supposed to have it over with by 7 o'clock tonight. But it slowed down coming this way, intensifying. And that means we're going to have it overnight in the dark. I hate that. I hate nighttime storms because you can't see what's happening. You know, there's emergency happening. You can't see it. So you're left literally in the dark all night. Yeah, that thing's turning. You can't tell me that thing's not turning. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you right now, from what I see on that radar, there is no way in hell it's gonna hit us.
Let me go over.
Yeah,
will you feel bad because you're left out or what?
Oh hell no, I'm open.
Gonna go over.
You see what they're saying it's gonna do? But look at the way it's going towards him. See the way it's turning towards him? You see that? That's a swirl, right? It's not going up that path. It's going towards him. So if it goes towards him like this, let me show you. It's not going this way. It's going this way. I'm thinking it's going to do this, and it's going to go this way right here. Instead of up here, I think it's going to go this way.
How do those weathermen and women, how do they know what they're pointing at when all they see is a green screen?
Well, there's a green screen behind them. They're looking at a monitor.
They're looking at a monitor to the left of them or to the right of them, whichever way they're facing. There's a big monitor there, and they know exactly where they're pointing.
Oh, gotcha.
My kids do that when they do the weather in my broadcast class.
Oh, because I always I don't know, like I always like watching that show Whose Line Is It Anyway, and they play that game with Colin where there's a green screen behind them, and there'll be something on the TV, and the other guys will try to describe to Colin like what's going on behind them and stuff. I'm just like, how do they know? Like, how do they know like what's going on when all they see is a green screen?
Yeah, that sucker's making a right turn a little bit. That's good. Now it does sometimes they jog back and forth like that. So it could be doing some of that.
So Joe, looking at the weather map and looking at the storm, are you on the right side or the left side of the funnel?
That's fine.
Right now I'm in the middle.
Right now, I'm sorry. TJ's laughing. I can't hear you.
Right now I'm in the middle.
Where is Johnny?
Johnny's on the left side.
Okay.
And it looks like I'm going to be on the left side.
Okay. So you're closer to New Orleans. You're closer to New Orleans than Johnny is.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday I was going to be right exactly on the eye wall on the right side, which is the worst part.
Now it's moving closer to New Orleans, and you'll be on the left side.
Yeah, he's saying it's a wobble right now. It's just wobbling back and forth, but it looks more like a turn to me now. In a couple of hours, if it wobbles back, I'll be on the left side anyway.
So I want you to fly your drone right when you're in the middle of the eye and take her up about 400 feet.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that with the Mini 3 Pro. How about that?
There you go. The Neo. Do it with the Neo, please.
I don't have Neo. Do it with the greatest drone ever, the Avata 2.
Well, that isn't who somebody said that. Who was it that said that the greatest drone now is now the Neo?
Billy Kyle.
Billy
said
Kyle.
that the Neo is the greatest DJI drone.
And you asked him to lean forward, didn't you?
No, I deleted his channel.
How come you deleted Billy Kyle's channel?
Because he said the Neo was the greatest DJI drone. I unsubscribed.
It's not. I don't want anybody to understand that Joe doesn't have any prejudices. That was just purely under a reactionary. It wasn't a prejudice. It was reaction.
That's right. I'm not going to listen to stupidity.
I would have bought it at some point, I think, if it would have had the red model on it, the remote ID.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But it doesn't.
That's
so
another
I'm not
problem.
Get it. Because
now,
all of a sudden, a $200 drone's a $300 drone.
Yeah. But here's the deal: you can fly it all you want recreational, but the fine line, if I'm flying it and if I'm flying it just to fly it around the house and that's good. But if I want to fly it outside or go through the tugboat and say, well, I'm gonna go through the tugboat with it and put it on my YouTube, now I made it a 107 flight.
And then you've got to register at 107.
I got to register it and I have the module on it.
Yep.
So that's where they ought to look at that and say, no, he don't. Not for that. Not because it's YouTube. I'm not out there doing real estate shit with it, I can understand if I'm out there doing real estate with it, that would have, but see, that's still inside. I don't think I shouldn't need a module inside. They need a little common sense in this. I've been straining my eyes watching this big 65-inch TV. When Hannah comes on, I forgot I could put her on right here and I could just stay right here and look at it. See, hurricanes, they don't really, I'm not afraid of them because I've been through so many of them. It's just bad weather you're going to get. And I'm in a safe location. So I should be good. I shouldn't have to worry about anything. The only thing is just the inconvenience if it knocks your electricity out. Now, I'm a little more prepared this time because I have enough battery packs that I could run a fan for a couple of days. So if it's not really as hot as it usually is.
Who the hell cares about a fan? You need to make sure your drone batteries are charged so you can.
Oh, that's all charged up. Everything. I have every drone battery I got charged up right now, except for the Air 2S.
My drone batteries are charged. I charged them up yesterday when I came home from flying.
I might go fly. I thought about that. I might do the Air 2S. I might go ahead and charge that up and use that one instead of the Mavic 3. Because if something happens to the Air 2S, I'll get paid for it through State Farm, and then I get the Air 3. And then if I get the Air 3S, I'll get the controller to fly the Neo with. Now we're talking.
And you can buy a remote ID to boot with that money.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I do get a Neo, it's never going to have a remote ID on it. I'll have a little trust card in my pocket, you know.
You're going to carry Johnny's ID with you?
Yeah. What's your name, Johnny Drone Flyer? Johnny Alfonso.
Okay, I do not like our new start time.
I heard those Generac generators work pretty good.
Oh, they do.
Jonathan,
where you been?
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Oh. Anyway. Then Port Fourchon, that's by Grand Isle, Louisiana, and they showed the Gulf from a distance, and you can see the breakwaters, the waves hitting those breakwaters, and the water's just shooting straight up in there.
yeah, I didn't watch the debate either last night.
No?
No. I don't know. I'm not much of a politics person, really, to be honest. I don't know. I don't like getting into debatable arguments like we were yesterday, because, you know, like, everybody's got their own opinion and they're free to have it. And I don't know. I just feel like when those kind of things happen and arguments get started, people start saying things and words tend to be said that, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to me. I think it's just the algorithm, I think. And Jody's talking about how YouTube's been acting stupid with some people.
So if I have a medical emergency, I know who to call. I get to call Melanie. She's back in
Oh,
town.
there you go. Dude, she's pretty hot looking.
That'll be my nurse.
There you go. I'd definitely call her. Like, I don't have anything going on, but could you just come over here?
No, she had 2 kids at Mandeville, and she stopped. She had 2 kids at Mandeville who played football. I shot pictures for her. She's about 5'2", absolutely gorgeous.
Damn.
And she's an emergency room nurse. She says I got back in time for storm preparations like that. And I said, well, I know who to call if I need a nurse. Stop. Go outside. Go outside on that balcony, and the wind's gonna take you away like a witch.
Joe giving his dog some love again.
Yeah, he's just full of it, isn't he?
Go outside with that wind. Let that wind blow your ass off the thing. Oh, don't give me no lip. You love me? Do you love me? Oh, you do? Tell me you love me. You love me?
Whoops. What happened? Oh crap. All right. This is what Randy likes right here.
Can you guys hear me?
There's his chick with glasses right here.
Yeah.
That's the kind of chick Randy like.
But I need to make a copy that say I got a new chick across the hall. Right, TJ?
You went word 1-877 cash now.
Hey, TJ, I'm gonna take that picture, and then I'll tell y'all, hey, I got a new chick that moved across the hall. Look.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I cooked that steak last night. Oh, that steak was good.
Was it good?
Oh man, I bet it was.
Yeah.
What'd you cook it with, onions and everything? Fried onions?
I had it with, I put garlic on top. If I had onion, I'd had onions all over that thing.
Yeah, true, Randy, true. That's a hole in a heartbeat. Yeah, that looked good. That looks really good.
I had some jambalaya and some salad, and that sucker was so good. Oh God, darn it, was it good?
Is that salad? What kind of salad dressing you got on top of the salad?
That's ranch.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good steak last night.
Ghostbusters. No, I call the Orkin man.
Yeah, when the storm's over with, I'm gonna run over to Costco because they have the ribeyes over there. They have they take the whole ribeye, and instead of slicing it like an inch thick, they slice it about like a quarter-inch thick, a little bit more than that. And they might have in the package, they might have 40 of them that are like minute steaks.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna buy a pack of those. That way I could take them in the morning for breakfast and throw them in there and have like minute steaks for breakfast or make sandwiches out of them. Think that get some little French breads and make a ribeye steak sandwich. That'd be pretty good.
Costco does really good with their meat. They have good meat there at Costco.
It's expensive though.
Yeah.
I went to pick up a pack of that the other day. It had about watch it. Cleo. Ass in or ass out. She got a head sticking through the dog door and an ass sticking through the side. Throw some more. You gotta hear something. But they had about maybe 40 of them in the pack, but they wanted $64 for that pack of meat.
Damn,
too much.
at Costco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to buy the cow.
Hmm.
Let's go look at the.
You all right, TJ?
I hope so. My like when I put I don't know, like I have my my feet up on this chair here, and then like after a while, like my foot tends to fall asleep or my feet fall asleep, and then just like it's like really like tingly. I hate when my feet fall asleep and I'm just like,
That means you're pinching a nerve some kind of way.
Yeah.
yeah.
Stop pinching your nerves.
I know. I know.
You have a lot of nerve. You have a lot of nerve.
The nerve of me. That's funny. That's good.
Yep. Joe, he's got a lot of nerve, doesn't he?
I got a lot of nerve. That's funny. That's pretty good.
Well, if he was doing it in a laugh, it'd be nervalicious.
Nervalicious. That's funny.
Well, what do you guys think?
I think I'm gonna go take me a little nap before I have to go in.
Nappy poo?
Yeah, a little morning nappy poo. But I'll see you guys later on.
Okay.
Adios.
All right. See you, TJ.
Later, DJ.
Don't just dangle it. Shake it.
There he is. I was wondering when you were coming on. Mr.
Hey, Mark's here, and so is Justin.
Mark's been here.
Mark's been here for about half an hour at least.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything.
Or over an hour.
How's the weather, Joe?
Over an hour.
Well, the storm slowed down. So instead of it hitting us at like 1 in the afternoon, now it's gonna be like 2 in the morning. and it's going to be a category 2. It's intensifying now, but it's shifting. The way that last track I saw, it's not showing the tracks changing with the projections, but when you look at it on the radar, the way it's turning, it actually looks like it may come down and skim the coast or bottom on the coast of Louisiana, like Grand Isle, all of that area, Booty, all of that, not Booty, Buras, all of that, around the mouth of the river. And that way it might wind up in Mississippi or Alabama. But we're still expected to get right now between 5 and 8 inches of rain.
Oh, wow.
But the main path of that storm, they're saying like 15 inches of rain. Stop. 15 inches of rain. But it slowed down, and when it's slowed down, so it's intensifying.
So it hasn't officially hit you yet, though?
No, it's still out in the Gulf. Like I said, it hasn't hit the coast yet. It was supposed to hit the coast 7 this morning. Now it's going to be 7 tonight. It slowed down enough that it's given it 12 more hours to intensify.
So it's a waiting game for Joe.
All you can do. It is what it is. You got to just wait some time for these things.
Well, you could always go out and fly your Avata.
No, it's raining. I've got a little bit of rain. It's just been enough rain that I can't fly a drone. And Lakeshore Drive, that's where we're going to get probably 5 feet of water to come over Lake Pontchartrain. It's not even up yet. Now, if it was supposed to come through at high tide, that was going to make it worse. Now it's going to come through at high tide. They got another high tide about the same time at 2 in the morning. So it's going to make it at nighttime. You're not going to see the shit come up. It's going to happen fast. They're showing down in South Louisiana right now, and all the roads down in South Louisiana are getting flooded already.
Really?
Yeah. So they're already getting water down there because all the water's coming out all the channels and the canals. And this one place they were driving on, it's over the street already. That's down there, Homer and Duloc and everything else. What I'll probably do today, because I'm not going to sit here and watch it all day. We got everything I need done. I'll probably wind up after, whenever we get off, I'll probably go in the back and go to sleep for a couple hours. Because I'd rather get my sleep now because I know I'm not going to get any sleep tonight if that thing comes through hard.
Yeah.
But I've got my car where it needs to be, and I don't need anything, so I'm not going anywhere.
Well, we've had horrible rain all morning, quite heavy. Then we had about 2 hours of sunshine, and now it started raining again. So the eye of the storm must have passed over us.
Yeah, that sounds what it was. Tornado threats are increasing.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm worried about. So you can't worry about them. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's
they're
what
really
sucks about hurricanes, though, is they can sprout out damn tornadoes too.
They're really unsociable. Those tornadoes, they'll threaten anybody.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's one of the bad things about hurricanes. But I think that the max it can do is what, like an F2 or something. I think there's a maximum. I think it has to do something
really.
with physics. Like the biggest one it could sprout, I think, is up to an F2. But still, that's crazy. Like that still will fuck your house up.
Yeah, F2 is not good.
No.
Like FU2.
Yeah, I think with the physics of the hurricane or something, I think they said there's a maximum, though, what size it can spit out of it. But still, that's like a double hit, right? And the thing
Yeah.
is you really can't tell if one's coming in a hurricane because of the constant wind noise. It already sounds like there's a fucking tornado heading towards you every 2 seconds.
So Joe, did you say Johnny's not going to be affected or what?
Johnny's gonna be affected with rain. But he's not gonna be affected as much as it was. It's gonna, he's gonna have some problem.
Now, is he in an area that could flood too, or?
No. No, you don't have any issue with that. His street might get some water, but it's not gonna be anything because his house is gonna be nice and dry because it's raised. It's got a mound where the house was built up a little higher than the street. But if he gets any rain, if they get flooding in the street, I don't know how it floods by him. If the street might get water, like I said, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to affect anything. And he got a brand new house, so it's like it should be intact.
Well, it should have the latest safety features at least, if it was built correctly.
And like where I'm getting, say I get 80-mile-an-hour winds, he's probably gonna get 40-mile-an-hour winds because it's moving away from him. We're only 22 miles apart, but that 22 miles makes such a difference. That's why I'm saying if it keeps making that track that it's making, and it doesn't jog back and forth, I'll get the same kind of like 30-mile-an-hour winds. I go out and fly the drone. What you talking about? If it's not raining at 30 miles an hour, I can put the Mavic 3 up. Because we've been changed from a hurricane warning, because we were under a hurricane watch and it went to a warning last night. Now we're back to a watch. So that means that it's shifting. But they don't want to say that. You see, that's the thing that gets me. They don't want to tell you that yet. Because they don't want you to let your guard down, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're showing the projection with the radar. And when they show the projection with the radar, it was going up Lake where Johnny and I fly at Lake Maurepas. It was going west of Lake Maurepas. Now it's going east of Lake Pontchartrain. So that means that's a 40-mile difference from where it was going across at from me. And that's because I'm telling you, yeah, that thing's running the coast. Yep, it jumped over. It's going underneath us. So they're saying 40 miles an hour winds now with us. So I went from 80 to 40.
That's
you know what's going to happen pretty soon? Pretty soon it's going to be sunshine. I'll be able to go out there and fly the drone. Yeah, Grand Isle, Louisiana is getting 93-mile-an-hour winds. Johnny's going to get 40-mile-an-hour winds. I'm going to probably get about 43-mile-an-hour winds. New Orleans is going to get 70-mile-an-hour winds. So from New Orleans to me, that's 30 miles an hour wind difference. And the good news is if it keeps turning like that, that means the water's going to be pushed away from Mandeville to New Orleans, not going to Mandeville. So we won't get flooded either.
So you won't, but St. Louis will. Or New Orleans will.
New Orleans will.
New Orleans.
Well, the problem with New Orleans is they're way below sea level too.
Yeah.
That's the problem. The whole damn city.
Well, is New Orleans below sea level or is it at sea level?
No,
below.
it's below it. Way below
Like
it.
6 foot below.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they built the whole damn city on in pretty much a bowl.
On stilts, huh?
No, and like a bowl. Like imagine you building a city down the bottom of a bowl and then wonder why it keeps flooding. That's exactly what they did.
Now, certain areas of the city never flood because it's high enough. But there's some of the city, like the French Quarter, is built up high enough that it never floods. But if you go out to St. Bernard Parish, that's lower. That's part of it's right at the edge of the city. That's lower, and it does flood.
And that floods. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to
Like-
worry about floods. I'm 300 feet above sea level.
If you, it'll be biblical. You get a flood.
Yeah.
That means Noah's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Start building your ark. Yep. Yeah, that's the funny thing. They talk about if you live long enough, history repeats itself. I don't know of any other arks that have been built for major storms like that.
I had on one of my computers, I can't find it where it's at. I've got a spreadsheet. I got it here. I can't remember what I named it. I just can't find it. Because it's on, I guarantee it's on this Apple on the back. But I had a spreadsheet. I went through, it took me about a day and a half to go through and look at every hurricane since I was born and to see where the hurricanes hit each year. And then I went, during those years, I wanted to see where I was during each year. Because I was in the Marine Corps all over the place. I was on the East Coast. I was on the West Coast. I was in Okinawa. I got hit in Okinawa. I got hit in Hawaii. Hawaii was a Cat 5. Okinawa was a Cat 5. Camille was a Cat 5. Hugo was a Cat 5. Katrina was a Cat 5. That's 5 of them that I've been in. You know, within miles of. So in my lifetime. But I think, if I remember right, I think it's like 37 hurricanes that I've been within 10 or 15 miles of.
So
And
you
I've
should
gone through
change
since I've been alive.
You should change your name to Captain Hurricane, Joe.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Because my son, we went through it. My son was looking at it and he said, damn. I said, well, you're going to be in the Marine Corps too. So you're going to start getting names added to your list because where you're going to be stationed at. He's at North Carolina. Since he's been in North Carolina and Virginia, he's had 4 hurricanes hit up that way. You know, so he's got 4 new names that I won't have. But it's like 37. This is like number 37. I'm not saying I'm a magnet, but you know. But we had one hit us in South Carolina, and I was in the middle of a move. We were moving from one house to another, and we had to move, and the hurricane's coming in. And we just looked at each other. We had everything packed up. We had to move. You know, the real estate agent said we had to be out by Monday, and it was like a Friday, and it was moving. We were moving over the weekend, and it was this hurricane wasn't even supposed to be by us. It turned into us. So we had the truck and everything, and we made the trip when we started raining in the morning. Made the first trip. We only needed 2 trips. We came back, got the house. We repacked the truck, everything in the truck we could before it started really bad, and we waited. And we waited, and the winds came up, and it was like a Cat 1. It was bad, and we were only about 15 miles from where the house was.
Well, Johnny
So
doesn't
we're
like
sitting there.
hurricane parties.
I don't know. So we were sitting there, and when the eye hit us, we took off to the other house and moved everything in to the other house, and then the eye passed, and the hurricane hit, and so the first half of the hurricane we were at one house, second half of the hurricane we were at the other house. And we couldn't believe we did that. You know, during the hurricane, we made that move. But we got in, and I had these plants out front. I can't think they weren't. It was like a type of bamboo because we were buying a house, and it was in the garden. It was a type of bamboo, but it was not like the normal bamboo. You see, it was real thick, like the stuff Mudball made. That thick as that.
Oh
That's how
yeah,
thick
yeah.
it was, and it was short. It was like a specialty thing. And when we came out the next morning, all of those suckers were damaged because I loved them, loved the way they looked. All of them wound up dying because they were damaged because of the hurricane.
Oh yeah, hurricane will fuck up plants, huh?
Well, yeah, that and flooding, seawater doesn't do them any good either.
Yeah.
The one good thing about the hurricane, though, if it doesn't knock your tree down, it will at least clear it out. Like all the moss and shit that's hanging in there, they'll get rid of all that.
You see
You'll come
Mandeville
outside
Lakefront,
and
all the oak trees.
Yeah, you'll look up at your tree and be like, "Oh shit, that's what it looks like."
Yeah, Mandeville Lakefront's nothing but oak trees, and that sucker will be underwater for like a day. But all that salt water around them oak trees, but it doesn't hurt them. I guess it's used to that water because it's right there on the lake. I guess somehow it's getting the groundwater from that lake too.
Yeah, that's what he was saying a minute ago, Jody. Possible tornadoes later.
Yeah. Well, that's the only thing that worries me is if one decided to pop up right here and come through the complex, then we got a problem. But I was thinking because we got into September, we're like almost mid-September. I thought we were through because very seldom we get one like right now. But actually, I can't say that anymore because last 3 years we've had something in October close to us.
Sure. We haven't really got anything. I mean, except for that one earlier this year. But that hit kind of a small part of the state.
So I had to make a credit card payment on the one that I just put on the new processing credit card.
Yeah.
It's all the processing. So I said whatever it ends up with, I'm gonna pay the balance off of the statement. I looked at that statement balance and I hated to do it, but I had to pay it off. It was like $1,800. But that was processing that came out of my profit, so let it go. I'd rather take it off than get fees on top of that, you know.
I don't think you're gonna make it through the storm.
Who?
Credit card companies. Like, yeah, we're gonna need you to go ahead and pay your shit off now.
So that was the I just did it because it was the payment date. I got a whole penny interest. How you like that? Pretty good.
Mm.
Big money right there.
I'm telling you. That's my big money account.
Add at least 2 more years to your retirement.
Yeah, right. Then they told us. What was the money came in? The paper. He grabbed me at the game the other night. And he said, "Oh, by the way, they changed the way they pay you now." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Instead of getting paid like the 10th of the month, you're going to get paid on the 22nd of the month." I said, "Well, I'm glad I don't live off of that."
Honestly, I'm even surprised there's still a paper around.
Yep.
That's probably a lot of papers have gone under over the last like 15, 20 years, like about 15 years. A lot of local papers are gone in a lot of places.
Well, they all consolidated here. NOLA.com was run on the internet through Times-Picayune. Advocate out of Baton Rouge ran their own stuff. St. Tammany Farmer was part of Times-Picayune on North Shore. And what they did is St. Tammany Farmer was Times-Picayune. Advocate came in and bought all three. So now it's still St. Tammany Farmer. The Times-Picayune no longer exists, but they still listed in their when they show the logos, it says Times-Picayune. It's still stuck up in there. And then it's the Advocate, and NOLA.com still online.
We had a newspaper around here for a long time, and then when I first moved here, and then they got to the point where you didn't even have to buy a subscription anymore. They were just giving it to everybody. Like, I guess, I don't know who was paying for it, but like everybody got a newspaper every week. There was always piles of newspapers in people's yards. Just half the people didn't read them. And then once a week, you'd see some people go out there and get them and throw them in their recycle bin. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, they just stopped. You didn't see them anymore. And now you don't see a newspaper anymore.
Yep.
You're lucky to even find a newspaper stand anywhere anymore. There's the only ones you ever see are the ones with the free coupon books and shit in them, and the car magazines and stuff. Those are the only ones you ever see anymore.
My cousin that died this year, she got the paper every day, got up in the morning, read the paper, did the crosswords, took the papers, put them in a bag, and called me whenever the bags would fill up, because I was using them for the dog paper. And then it got to the point where, since I had 3 dogs in the house, and he peed 5 times more than the other ones peed, it was going right through the paper all over the place. So I wound up getting dog pads. But I never had to pay for a dog pad because I'd unfold and put them like 3 high across, and I'd only have to change it once a day. You know, when they went in there with the pee pot, I went in there, I got a little scoop thing, and when they did the other business, I just picked it up and threw it away. So it was out of the way, and it worked perfect until Loki got here. But Loki yesterday, in fact, I threw away a whole bag of paper that was sitting over here that I've had for about a year. It's been sitting on top of an ice chest. And I said, I might need that ice chest. Let me go get rid of this paper. I don't need it anymore.
I remember back in the day when they were doing the Monopoly game, they were putting the Monopoly pieces, they were putting a board with like 4 free pieces in each newspaper. People were robbing those newspaper stands blind. They were going in there, putting 50 cents in, taking the whole stack.
Yeah. They had a guy they caught on Broadway in St. Charles. He used to go there. They couldn't figure out what it was. They set up a sting on him. After about the 3rd day of realizing that somebody was stealing the Sunday papers, they went out there one morning, put the papers in there. He came out at what time was it? It was like 5 in the morning, right after the papers got put in. Came out, put his 50 cents in there, and took the whole stack of papers. Went and stood in the corner, and he was selling them to the cars as they were passing. The cars were coming by, and he was holding the paper up, and they were handing him $1 instead of 50 cents. He was taking the papers all in the morning and selling them. And the police set it up, and what they did is they rolled over. They rolled over in an unmarked car. He had like 20 papers stacked up. And he said, "Need the papers?" He said, "Yeah." They opened up. As soon as they handed him $1, he said, "Don't move. You're under arrest."
Yeah, don't.
So they arrested him for doing that.
Oh, because those paper machines, I mean, they were pretty much an honor system because you would put your 50 cents in, open it, and you had access to the whole stack.
Yep. See, in my case, I used to keep the papers when they came out of my pictures. When I first started this stuff, I'd go in there and I'd buy the sports. I'd use everything with sports section with my pictures in them. And I keep those and I was bundling them up. And I said, you know what? Now in the digital age, I don't need that shit. And so now I get them off the internet and I put them together at the end of the year and make a book of all my pictures. Let's see if I can show you all. Watch out, watch out. See, like, what I do is I'll put a book together like that, you know? And what it does is when you go through it, it's got all my pictures with the headlines of the articles. Like that. But to get those pictures, you ready for this? Because I used to be able to go online and get them for free. To get these pictures cost me $9 a month because they make me get and I work for them and I have to have a subscription. Is that crazy? But I make up books like that. I figure one day my grandkids might like them.
I could imagine these days, though, they're probably every penny probably counts for that newspaper. Because they ain't making money like they were 30 years ago.
My editor don't even get them free.
That's what I'm saying. They want every dollar that they can get.
Yeah, $9.99 a month. I can live with it because I get paid more than that from them. You know, I figure it's just out of my pay.
Like I said, you know, newspapers just don't make the money that they did 30 years ago.
Yep.
Ever since the introduction of the internet, man, or everybody really using the internet really hardcore, especially since the early 2000s, and newspapers have suffered really bad. People just go online to get their news.
Now I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me go ahead and talk. I'm gonna get this on. I gotta get this on. I want to show you the stupidest thing in the world. Okay, you see the guy with the sandbags?
Uh-huh.
See what they're doing. Okay, that's the Intercoastal Waterway down in Lafitte, Louisiana. And you see what they're doing, right? They're stacking it up. And they're going to put, they said they've got 4,000 sandbags. That's what they said a minute ago. They're going to go through and they stack this up. Now, this is my question. Every freaking hurricane season, they stack it up like this. So you see how he's got the cement on the other side? It's up. Why not spend the money and just put a wall right there? Yeah, why have to go through this every time? And then when it's all over, you got to take them down. You know what I mean? Yep. But just go along there and build you like a 2-foot wall and have something that you can go like a ramp, you can walk over it. That's what I would do. That's stupid.
You see that a lot though in areas like that where there's a preparation like that, but it could be fixed by actually putting something permanent there, and then they never do it. You know, it's just like here. You know, there's down 27. There was like over 200 or 300 telephone poles that all went down in a single row down for probably about 10 miles, 10 or 15 miles.
And there's Maddie. I don't mind watching Maddie either.
And instead of either dropping the power lines below ground or putting the big cement and steel poles in like they normally do, they just ended up replacing them with wood poles again. And it was like, why not go ahead and take that time to reinforce that section of...
Yeah, how much does it cost to do 4,000 sandbags and you just build a wall? You know? Look, bring in more, look.
Oh, I hate when you go to get sandbags and they give you a limit of like 4 and you need like 20. Everybody's only allowed to get like 4. They'll do that sometimes in some areas where they do free sandbags. They'll give you like a really tiny limit that really doesn't help you at all.
Yeah. I don't need to see the sandbag. Put Maddie back on. Yeah, this is the girl that's doing the talking right now. She was on the dance team at Slidell, Louisiana. Yeah, put her pretty face back on.
Well, it's like I said, like down here on 27, they should have took the time to reinforce that, 10, 15 miles of road where that all the poles went down, and they didn't.
Yep.
They just put regular old wooden poles back up instead of putting the big steel or concrete ones up that wouldn't get knocked over. Or putting the shit underground, taking the time to go ahead and drop it underground, and then they didn't end up doing it. To me, that's stupid to do that. It's like, well, if you have the opportunity to go ahead and reinforce the section that got knocked down where your weak point is at, a major weak point, go ahead and fucking do it a different way. Now they have started doing that around here.
Yeah.
I would say about 70% of the
Turkey
poles
gravy.
in our city now are all big steel and cement ones now. They're not the wooden ones anymore. They started replacing all of them finally.
Now what's that?
I don't know. It's green.
Eat it?
Yeah.
Because the difference between the steel ones and the wooden ones, they just dig a hole so deep and then they just put it in the ground. They don't cement it or anything. These new steel,
little green round balls. What is that? Brussels sprouts?
Peas.
Yeah.
these new I don't know what they're made out of, but these new steel poles, they have a big cement anchor that they bolt them down
Brussels
into.
sprouts look like miniature cabbages.
Oh, Brussels sprouts are awesome. I love Brussels sprouts.
Well, Paul just ate one.
Brussels sprouts with some butter. Really good.
Actually, what I did was I chopped them up and put some country gravy on top.
Yeah, that's good.
Sarah does really good Brussels sprouts. She cuts them in half and then puts them in,
Good.
fries them in a pan with butter and stuff.
What is this? Sweet potatoes or something?
Try adding walnuts to it as well, Justin. Or perhaps if you can't get walnuts, pecans.
Pecans.
They go really nice with Brussels sprouts.
I don't know about raw, Dusty. I don't like Brussels sprouts raw, but I do like them cooked. One vegetable that I like them, but I don't like them cooked is carrots. I don't like cooked carrots.
Yeah, same. I prefer carrots not cooked.
Like I don't mind taking some carrots and like raw carrots and dipping them in some like ranch or something.
They're all right if they're cooked and mashed with butter.
I mean, I can eat cooked carrots. Like it doesn't make me like gag or anything. I just don't prefer them. But if they are in my food, I will eat them. I can still eat them. It's just not my favorite cooked vegetable by any means. I'd say two of my favorite vegetables are probably Brussels sprouts and asparagus. Asparagus is probably my favorite vegetable. I love asparagus. Yeah, Brussels sprouts will give you gas, Jim, that's for sure.
I quite like roast parsnips.
I think universally the favorite vegetable that most people eat on a regular basis is corn.
Johnny's live right now on Facebook. He's walking around showing it's just wet by him.
Problem with corn is corn don't really have any nutritional value, I guess. That's why you end up shitting it out whole.
Mm.
It doesn't do anything. It doesn't break down or anything.
I think probably the most commonly eaten vegetable is potatoes.
Might be one of them, yeah. Well, here corn's used in a lot of different shit though too. It's not just eating just straight corn. They use corn in a lot of foods and stuff, and a lot of animal foods as well. Corn gets used in a lot of animal stuff. It's just an all-around kind of good food filler for animals and humans, I guess. Yeah, corn doesn't digest exactly, Jim.
Same as tomato seeds.
I love doing fried corn too. I take corn, put it in a frying pan with a bunch of butter, put a little bit of garlic and salt and pepper in there, and then just keep cooking it until it kind of thickens up. And then you take it out, and it's really good. It's kind of a real buttery corn. My sister.
Johnny said last night, over at his other daughter's house, a tree limb came off and knocked all the cables down, knocked all the power out.
So he already doesn't
your
have
utilities, power. Joe, is not underground, is it? It's overhead.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, it's all on top.
Well, see, it doesn't even matter though. Your neighborhood could be all underground, but somewhere it feeds to an above ground system. And if that above ground system goes, the whole neighborhood goes out anyway. There's a lot of the new neighborhoods here, all their shit's underground, but once you get to the edge of the neighborhood, it will feed out to
a tower or something, yeah.
Yeah, the power poles outside the neighborhood. So yeah, they haven't really put the entire system underground. But see, like I said, they've been reinforcing our electrical grid here in Florida for the past year or so. They've been putting nothing but big ass heavy duty poles in that are cement anchored and bolted into the ground. They're not the old style wooden poles anymore. They're starting to get rid of those. But these
now they're changing the path again. They're showing the path, like I said, skirting underneath us, but they say it's going to make a northern turn. And they're saying, where's it going to make that turn? Either it's going to turn east of me or right over me. So it is what it is. We're going to find out.
Officially a 1 now.
It's supposed to turn into a 2 though.
We'll probably get a little bit of weather from that. Just the tip of the storm, though. If we get anything, it's going to be the way outskirts of it.
Right, we got rain coming, which is raining now, but it's just a light rain.
Yeah, well, we're not going to feel anything if we get any weather from it. It's just going to be rain, just like a normal storm. Depending on how easterly it goes, we might get some aftermath of it. Still have those other systems. Oh, that red system that's out there, that one looks like it's starting to form. So they've officially named this one Tropical Storm 7. Then they got Invest 92 and Invest 94 out there. They haven't developed into anything yet. But shit, that one's like a week and a half away if it is, and it does turn into anything. At least a week and a half. They got something forming on the west coast down there by Baja, California. Looks like it might be a tropical storm, maybe.
There you go, Joe.
There you go.
Any Boston cream? Yeah, this one here, Joe, right here. That one's already got a tropical, it's called Tropical Storm 7 at the moment. These two ain't doing shit.
Those are the ones I'm worried about, the little yellow ones.
And there's something, little disturbance over here on the west coast.
See, they're still showing it as a 1, but they're telling me here it's still going to be a 2. And you see that path? That path is not what they're showing me here. They're showing me right now that thing's going, you see how it's going east? They're saying it's going to go all down underneath Homer. It's going to be underneath Homer, not on the side of Homer.
Like right here?
Yeah, they're saying it's going straight across there, and then it's going to make a turn somewhere. I hope it's past me. I hope it makes that turn when it hits like the Mississippi border.
This storm seems to be shifting a lot, back and forth.
Yeah, well, they jog back and forth when it's still getting closer to go left, right, left, right. But this one's been going right for a long time.
Honestly,
that's
really
why I'm thinking it's getting picked up by that system.
It don't matter which way it slightly goes, though. You're still going to get hit regardless.
Now, it just depends on how bad I'm going to get hit.
Right. Yeah. But it definitely ain't going to miss you, that's for sure.
I get hit on the left side. Right, like I said, last night they were saying we were going to get 78 to 80 mile an hour winds. Now they're saying 40.
Better, Jim.
I'd rather 40 than 80, 40 miles an hour winds, I might keep electricity. You got a pair of socks. They're like wool socks, like knitted socks. They look like beer mugs. The bottom part looks like beer with a handle, and the top's got the foam. There you go. I catch this damn thing. Watch, let me show you. I get one of them loops right there, catch on something, and knock my ass on the ground, break a hip.
Ryan's live in about an hour. Ryan Hall.
Have him watch him when he comes on.
Who?
Yeah, he's got a live scheduled for in about an hour. Ryan Hall, the one that he's the one that Hodges always used to watch. He's really good though. Man, he understands weather patterns very well.
Yeah.
So he's the man, huh?
He's good.
Yeah, he's got a really good YouTube channel. Like I said, he gets a bunch of guys that go out and they get on the ground in the storm, so he has perspectives from all different angles of the storms. He gets a shit tons of donations, and he uses that to help bring in like water and food into certain areas if they need it. Like he uses a lot of the money from his YouTube channel, obviously, to pay for his expenses and stuff, but anything after that goes towards helping people. Because obviously they have to pay for all these, vehicles and stuff to go out and do these storms and stuff, so. But he can make 10, 15, 20 grand in one live stream. I mean, that's enough to pay for an entire operation right there in just one live stream.
Yep.
What's up, Ken? Yeah, it goes right in the middle of it.
What's up, Ken?
What's the worst side of the storm? It's the left side, right?
Why has Johnny got a trailer
Right side.
on his lawn?
Right side, yeah. What is what?
Why has Johnny got a trailer parked on his lawn?
I didn't see the trailer.
When he pans to the left,
Go back.
What kind of trailer is it?
it's just a small flatbed with a tailgate.
I couldn't tell you. Might be his son-in-law's.
It looks like a golf buggy trailer.
I don't know.
It could be because he does have a
There on the left. Yeah.
What, is he live or something right now?
Yeah, he was live a minute ago.
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
Was it Fly for Fun or his station?
No, he said it was on Facebook.
Yeah, he's got a Facebook. Yeah, it was on Hurricane Update in the city. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, he's got that. He pulls that every once in a while whenever they're going somewhere because he's got a golf court that'll fit on it.
Mm.
But you can see how low that is and how high his property is.
Yeah.
His property is about 3 foot higher than on that side, and they built like a bulkhead on there. Because I was joking with him that if you look at that lot right there next to him, I told him, shoot, I'm gonna just buy that lot and build me a house right there. That way I'll be next door to him. But then I said, oh hell no, I'll never get anything done.
Yeah.
Because we'll be outside all the time flying drones.
Yeah, if I lived there, I'd build my house up on top of a huge hill to overlook the rest of the neighborhood. Be like Mr. Burns up on the hill in Simpsons. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do, right? You build a big ass berm like 10 or 15 feet high, right? And then put your house up on that on stilts. And then you have like almost a big ass barrier before it could even reach the top of even close to the stilts of the house.
Oh, I don't think I'd put it on stilts.
They do that a lot there.
Yeah, I know, but when wind gets underneath the house and lifts it off the stilts.
That's what they're designed for, though. They're for hurricanes.
No, they're designed for the water.
Yeah, but that's not generally an issue, though. If they're built correctly.
Mm.
I got to make a decision whether I'm gonna buy this NAS or not. Like I said, I don't need it.
You're still lamenting that?
Yeah, it's just I don't want to spend $2,000 right now.
Then just wait.
Couldn't even decide on a $200 drone the other day.
Don't spend it.
$2,000.
Wait until
I heard they got
move into your new house, and then you don't have to cart that from your apartment to your new house.
Joe,
that's one of the reasons. So I'm thinking about just getting a 20 terabyte and that little plug-in thing that we were looking at, and just putting everything on that and working off of that one, and then going to the other one and I'll have that copy, and then I'll have one copy with raw files, one copy without raw files.
I heard they got the new NAS up there at Best Buy in Canada, Joe.
Yeah, okay. Probably comes with a controller.
So, is the reason why they're not putting the RCN3 in the American bundles because they've not managed to get FCC approval on it?
No idea. See,
It's
that's
all
my
public
question too.
information, though. You can look it up.
If it does not have FCC communications on it and you use it, then you're in violation of FCC.
Yeah, but the chances of them ever catching you would be like 1 in a billion anyway.
No, not really. The FCC are a damn sight more stringent than most of the rest of them.
Yeah, but you're talking about a single guy out there flying a drone.
Out in the middle of the woods.
Well, not even that. You're just one person flying that drone somewhere in the country. How would they ever figure that out without law enforcement actually arresting you and confiscating the drone? And then even knowing that that's not legal and having to let the FCC know that.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if there was thousands of people using it, then yeah, the chances of somebody getting caught would be a lot higher.
Like, that's SCC badge and number on the back of it if it's
right.
approved.
But nobody goes out and checks that shit, though. Is what I'm saying.
No.
There's not like law enforcement that specifically goes out and looks for FCC badges either, though.
That was nasty just now.
And most officers would never even think to look at something like that. I mean, that's like 99.9% of officers would never think to look at anything like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, my son had to go to work early this morning instead of late, and he's on now until this is over with.
I mean, I guess that over there, officially, TV remote controls have got to have an FCC number as well because they transmit radio waves.
Yep.
Actually, I couldn't tell you.
You usually look in the bottom of the battery port. Usually there's a
Yeah,
or it will be
I ain't
printed
taking
on
nothing
there.
apart.
Or it'll be printed on there.
Yeah, the thing disconnected the other day, and it took me an hour to get it connected back to the thing. I ain't taking no batteries up. I was pissed. I mean, it's just, I looked up and it was blinking blue. I don't know why it disconnected, right? So,
I mean, there are a lot of things that you don't think about the FCC, like your router, for instance, because it transmits wirelessly.
Sean says that his RCN3 does have the FCC printed on it. And that's in the UK, so.
Well, then I guess it does.
Oh,
but I mean,
so why? We being punished?
The UK normally just has a CE number on it, but yeah, if they're gonna, they do tend to put both numbers on together. If they've got,
yeah, because it's easier. Then they don't have to have a specific set of controllers for each country. They just can print it all on one.
Yeah. Hey, Sean, did you notice that DJI have now opened a service centre in London, so we don't have to keep sending stuff back to Holland? I have to send my RC2 back, and they just sent me a shipping label for Royal Mail 24-hour.
I don't think that the reason the U.S. doesn't have it has anything to do with this whole ban thing. DJI would be stupid to hold out and not try to get as much sales as possible. So there's got to be a different reason for it. Because I'll tell you what, if they get banned in the U.S., that's going to be a big hit in their wallet at the end of the day. Because in reality, their company's really not that big in the grand scheme of company sizes these days. $9 billion ain't shit. That's what they're valued at. Like most companies, there's thousands of companies out there could wipe their ass at $9 billion.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's not that big of a company. So they're going to take probably, I would say, $1 billion to $2 billion loss if they lose the U.S. market. They'll probably lose a quarter of their revenue. So why they would be holding back, why they can still sell drones would be stupid. I don't think that that's the reason. if they were smart, they'd be trying to get as many cells as they could, as long as they could. Because the U.S. is what, like their second or third largest, I think, market out of all their markets.
Now this right now is just west of New Orleans. It's just west of New Orleans, right there. Water's coming up already.
Yeah.
The news on TV is Kamala Harris whipped Trump last night.
Oh, that's what all the news agencies are going to say. All the mainstream news agencies. The only one that's probably going to say something different would be Fox.
Fox said she did too.
Oh, they're all going to say that. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Charlie Kirk, I was watching the debate on his channel last night, and he actually made that point before the debate started. All the guys on his panel made that point that they were like, it doesn't matter how bad he whoops her ass or makes her look stupid. They're going to say that he lost and that she blew him out of the water. And
he did well last night. She actually did. But he was taking the bait the whole time. He needed to shut up and just bring up a record. Quit defending what he did, you know?
I don't really care what either one of them say. I can see how shit was when he was in office.
Oh yeah, I agree. But you got stupid people out there.
I don't need to hear people out there over what I can already see.
You get people out there that don't like Trump, so they won't vote for him no matter what happens. You know, so
like I said,
but they did have some polls come out last night these are the polls that are usually pretty close, and they said that Trump had beat her in the thing like 92% to 8%. I don't see that. You know, it's like they were saying Trump did better because there's a couple of times when he did bring up the stuff like you've been there 3.5 years, so what have you done? Look at where we're at. That's what he needed to go all night, needed to say.
What I love when I talk to somebody who's Democrat and they tell me what their values are, what they consider their everyday values. And it's all conservative. And I'm like, what? How you're calling yourself a Democrat, you're voting Democrat, but everything you're saying you're for is not what the Democrats support. I don't understand why you're calling yourself a liberal.
Yeah, last night she said her values haven't changed. She says, I never said I was going to ban fracking. He needs to bring out every soundbite they have of her with everything she said that she's flipped on, and that's what he needs to make his commercial about. And say, do you really believe her now? Or something like that, you know? Real simple.
You know what I find hilarious is Bob Dempsey was over there at the Democratic National Convention. And he's all for Biden and Harris, but yet they're the two that said they were going to sign the bill if the DJI drone ban came across their desk.
Yeah.
And that's one thing he's been advocating for left and right.
Right.
For the last year and a half. Oh, we need to talk to senators. Dude, you're literally on the internet telling everybody you're supporting the main person who's going to sign that shit into law if it goes through the House and the Senate.
Yeah, I got off his channel too. I quit watching his channel too.
I don't understand that. Like, those are literally he literally told everybody he was going to sign that bill if it came across his desk.
Yep. Well, it's in the Senate now. It went to the Senate. They accepted it.
But yet you were at their Democratic National Convention in Vegas, all up there telling everybody how much you love Biden and Harris. It's like, that makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, we're now back to a tropical storm warning. Our hurricane warning is dropped to a tropical storm warning.
Oh, they're saying it's going to seesaw back and forth, doesn't it?
Well, like I said, that means it's going east. Keep going east.
It probably depends. It probably depends upon which meteorologist is translating the data.
Well, I'm looking at the radar and I'm watching where it's how it's turning, and it's not going straight. It's going east. And that's what I've always done all my life. I've looked at that radar change. See, if it goes north right now, the way northeast, it comes directly over me. But it's going more east northeast.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, Joe, is I was at the grocery store the other day getting shit for Sarah's mama.
Yeah.
And I get to the register and there's like maybe 8 things in my cart. I scan them, about 4 bags worth of stuff, and it was $72.
Oh yeah.
And Aubrey was with me. Aubrey and Mia were at the store. I said, "What the hell did we buy? It's $72."
Yeah.
And the girl the girl that was in the self checkout next to me, she goes, "I have no idea." She goes, "I had 3 bags and I paid $63." She goes, "This is nuts." I said, she goes, she goes, "I'm totally 100% with you." I said, "I don't know what the hell we bought that was worth $72. This is nuts." I said, "Dude, $72 would have got me a half a cart worth of shit 2-3 years ago."
Well,
they got a picture of her last night.
Just one bag back from Iceland yesterday. It cost me 45 quid, and that's with 10% off.
The amount for groceries now is fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, they had
$400 barely gets you anything.
Last night when he was closing, he talked about, it was before he closed, he was talking about groceries being up, and he said eggs are up over 50%. Like that, over 50%. He actually said eggs are up over 100%. But he said 50%, like that. And they got a picture of her, and she smiled and said, "No, it's not. No, it's not." Bet she ain't bought an egg in a week. You know, she ain't never gone back and bought an egg. Somebody buys them for her. She don't know what they cost.
No,
she got people buying her shit.
I mean, even Trump doesn't know what shit costs, but if he's out there actually talking to his constituents, the people that are supporting him, and that's what they're telling him, that's where he's getting that information from. And that's
I bought 18 eggs.
I can tell him that shit.
Yeah, a month ago, 18 eggs were $2.82. When I went and bought them the other day, it was $5.82.
Dude, I could tell either one of the sides that's totally true, dude. I can see it.
Yeah.
Going to the grocery store, dude. I could 4 years ago, I could go to the grocery store and spend $400 or $500, and I mean absolutely load the fuck up on groceries for the month. And I'd have enough groceries usually to get us through. And this, mind you, this is 5 people with 2 teenage kids and a preteen that eat like fucking horses.
Yeah.
It would get us through 3.5 weeks, about $400 or $500. Dude, that barely gets us through 2 weeks now. Barely. I'm spending.
So JD says, "Sounds like I'm cooped up inside. Too bad I don't have the Neo." I say I agree.
A Neo.
Well, I went and
I had the Neo, and I'd be having that hover right here.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what he did last night, Justin? Did you hear? He canceled his Neo orders.
I don't blame him. I mean, he said he's not sure if he even wants it.
Not sure anymore.
I said, I think if you already have a nice drone like a Mini 3 or Mini 2 or Mini 4, it's kind of a waste, I think, in the sense that.
Well, you guys were right, because there's no way I could use a Neo to fly ships.
I think if you're somebody that's just doing. I think if you're somebody who just wants to take some videos for social media and you're doing a little bit of vlogging and you're really not into drones, I think it's a good social media drone. We're doing little social media projects like taking selfies and.
Or if you want to ride a one wheel around in the park or whatever, it'll follow you. Yeah.
But as far as if you already have, like I said, a Mini 2 or Mini 3, Mini 4 Pro, any of those drones, you could pretty much do the same shit with it, and you're going to get better quality with that.
I can do the Mini 3 Pro inside. I've done it before, and it's quiet.
You can fly the minis inside.
That's it, brother. Mini 4 Pro following me on a one wheel. Not that I would ever ride a one wheel through a park, because at least it won't hit any trees.
Yeah.
So I think they're good. I think it's a good little social media drone for somebody who's really not into drones but wants to get an occasional drone, shot. Plus, you can kind of get away with saying it's not even a drone shot anyway. You could, if the FCC ever came to you, you'd be like, it was on a painter's pole. That was a fucking GoPro. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Prove that came from the Neo.
They were talking about that yesterday. Whose show was it on? It was on Drone Nation. I think it was Drone Nation. Ed Lauren up in Canada was on. And he was talking about, somebody mentioned, I think Ron said something about, it might have been Marcus. They said, well, if you have the Neo following you, no, that was on what-you-call-it show. It was on Highland Institute Monday. Said if you have the Neo following you while you're you're not flying it, technically you don't have a line of sight. You're in violation.
No, you're not in
violation. Vic Moss said, yeah, you are. You are in violation.
Not in the UK, because in the UK, the only time you don't have to have line of sight is if you're using an automated mode.
Well, not according to us. We gotta have a line of sight in automated mode.
Like Sean said, Sean, I kind of agree with you. But I think anybody over here that's really gonna want it would be somebody that's like doing like van life, shit like that. They just want the occasional little B-roll for their video. Other than that, and they don't want nothing that's too complicated. Something easy that they can learn how to. Other than that, I don't see a lot of guys. I see a lot of people buying it, like Marcus and people like that, but it's literally just for the views. It's not because they really need it or want it. There's a lot of people over here going to buy it just either for their shows to get the views.
Yeah, that would be good.
Or there's some people that just buy the newest shit just because they want to keep up with everybody. They feel like every time a new drone comes out, they have to buy it.
Yeah, Justin, but Marcus isn't getting one. He's cancelled his order.
What was that, Mark?
I said Marcus isn't getting one anymore. He's cancelled his order.
Yeah.
Why? Did you say why?
Changing the dates.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to get it at some point, though.
True.
But that's just being impatient. Just fucking make the order and just sit around. I mean, what are you going to do? just fucking order it, and whether they keep changing the dates or not, eventually you're going to get it. So
now this is where I'm at right here. I'm right here.
Right, almost right where a palm is, right?
Right where?
No, up above. Well, I'm circling the circle. Can you see the circle?
Up a little bit above. Up a little bit above her thumb.
Oh, there's weather behind her. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, further up. Stop. Look, up here. Can you see my? Do you see my pointer moving?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Moving.
Okay.
I'm trying to look at something else.
Okay, that's where I'm at right there. Okay, that's Hannah. Okay, now let me tell you. That I was last night. They said I was getting 10+ inches of rain. Now I'm getting 2 to 3 maybe.
What's my banana?
But but that's Hannah. I don't mind. Like I said, I wake up in the morning waiting to see her. Yeah, that's a good looking lady. I've never met her.
Leave that up. I'm not done yet.
Oh, hold on. Go back. I'll send you a screenshot. How about that? You want a screenshot?
He's busy right now.
I can tell.
Got to go to Google and find out where somebody superimposed their head on somebody else.
Here you go. I'll have it moving around so you can see it. Gives you a little more action. Look at it. Look at that, boy. That is a good looking lady.
So that's Joe's little honey bunny.
She just got married.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
I don't remember buying her a ring, but
yeah, yeah. But you didn't hear her voice. Hold on, you got to hear her voice.
I think the independents are acting in a positive way with Trump's responses because
Okay, where to go? Hold on.
it is, it's every single day we're seeing destruction. Every single day we're seeing crime. Every single day our safety is being compromised. And I think that you can't hide from that. And I think it's becoming more and more obvious. And something needs to change it.
can't hear it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I didn't
there's
put
no
share.
sound.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I forgot I got to do that crap.
All right, hold on. Check
Yeah, we got to
messages.
put a voice with the body.
I got it. Giving them to him now.
It's going. Hold on.
Ah, true that, Johnny.
Share.
They got a bridge that goes all the way across there like
Just so
that?
you thank the Canadians
Yeah.
for that little network.
Holy crap.
That's 24.3 miles.
Holy
I live
crap.
right about there. Yeah. Yep. See, I've never shared with sound. When I hit share down here, I don't see anything. It's just sound. Let me look for it. Oh, I see it. Share sound. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna go back.
What's up, Johnny?
We have really seen those conditions
Can you
pick
hear
up
her?
on the roadways, and we still have
I ain't going
restrictions that affect
anywhere up to 6 inches in some places farther up to the north and across southern Mississippi. We're going to have to really watch for those flooding concerns. So along with the
Can y'all
rain and
hear?
the flood threat that's starting to
Yep.
increase as we're seeing those outer bands coming in, the storm surge is also going
I
to
can
start
listen
to
to it
begin
all
here
day.
soon as we see that water getting pushed inland. We're starting to see the eye on the radar, meaning those heavier winds are coming in.
That's enough.
I hear a loud thump under Joe's desk in a minute. Thump. Ow! It hurt.
That's the one. That's the only person there I don't know. So,
Hey,
Johnny,
Johnny
how's it
said that's
going?
my niece.
I wish.
Oh, bullshit. I don't believe that.
I wish that was his niece. I'd definitely move next door then.
Oh, God. She's from Hammond.
Oh man, they're showing a graveyard down in Lafitte. It's covered with water. There's no creep alert. I appreciate the press. I'm part of it.
He'll just be across the street oiling himself up in the front yard.
I tell you, once you get a good look at this grandpa body, you know, it's like
Grant Bod. What you call
yeah,
it?
grandpa.
Which is, if she's saying that she's going to do all these things, why hasn't she done it in the last 3 years? Question a lot of voters have. And I think it's also the question a lot of Democrats have.
And if I was 30 years younger, Watch out. Yeah, let's go flying. What we're gonna fly?
I was 30 years younger. I'd be 8.
Johnny, you got rain over where you are?
Yeah, he's right. You got a little light rain.
So Joe, let's go flying.
Sounds like tugboat flying weather.
Yeah, right. Well, the wind's not even blowing here. If it wasn't for the little sprinkle they got going on, I'd be out flying.
Well, I fly in a sprinkle all the time.
I'm not.
You're nice before and after.
Johnny says yes, it's a light rain.
Yeah, that's what I was live. I knew it was raining of some kind.
You got all your
That's what I'm
hurricane
getting.
snacks?
Same thing.
Joe, you got all your hurricane snacks ready to go?
Got 2 Pop-Tarts.
2 Pop-Tarts?
Got
That's
5 boiled eggs.
Yeah, you already
72.
chowed down that steak last night.
Yeah, I got 72 MREs.
I got 5 24-hour rations, one for each member of the family.
Yeah, I got 72 MREs and I got 2 of the 24 hours. Because I said if I needed to, I was going to go into one of those 24 hours. I wanted to see what they were like.
Yeah, I got 5 of those and a bug out bag with a bunch of medical stuff and different things in it.
Now, it's actually the way this thing's going now that the lakefront's not even going to flood. Because I was going to go out soon as the storm passed us. And as long as I'm under 30 miles an hour in the winds, I can get the Mavic 3 up. And I was going to be taking videos, especially Madisonville Riverfront. I wanted to get out there because they were talking about 4 foot of water coming into the river. That all that area would be flooded. See, this is what's happened lately. Since they get better coverage now on these storms, and they've changed their system around, they start worrying you about 3 days ahead of time. Then it don't get close.
I got a full triage bag and everything.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
I got a full tank of gas in the car, and the car's not going anywhere. I'm leaving it right where it's at. I had to take the binoculars out to look at the swimming pool to see if it was raining. That's how light it's raining.
And I just redid my first aid, CPR, and AED online courses.
You did?
Yeah, I got all those certificates.
So let me ask you a question on the CPR now. They're doing CPR with a pulse, right?
Right. What about it?
Yeah, because it was when I was in the CPR, it was only without a pulse. Now, even if there's a light pulse, you do CPR.
On my CPR classes, it pretty much tells you to look for a pulse. If you can't feel it, then to try CPR. That's the way that.
What did they say? You feel a pulse?
It didn't say. It just said they were unresponsive.
See, that's what my cousin's telling me. He's a paramedic still. That they're doing CPR with a pulse and all. It might just be what they're doing.
It could be.
Because now I tell you what, where he works at, he don't even do CPR anymore. He's got a machine. If the person needs CPR, he slides it underneath and puts the thing on the chest, presses the button, and it does CPR while he's working, doing everything else.
Yeah, and it does. And then they do have the automatic air. 30 pumps, 2 breaths. 30 pumps, 2 breaths.
You got everything.
Yep.
It was 15 and 2 when I was working. But we used to, I mean, you see some of the CPR we did in the back of the units. I'd have an ambu bag on their face, holding it, and I'd be doing CPR with my knee.
The way they tell you to do it is do 30 and then 2 breaths, 30, 2 breaths.
Yeah, we modified it to 15 too. Yeah. Yeah, 32 is the regular. No, we were used to 15-2, fast 15-2, fast 15-2. And then it got to the point where it depends on the patient. Like I said, a lot of times I'd be leaning on top of the patient be on a stretcher. I'd be using my knee to do the CPR, putting the weight on it, and then using the ambu bag to get air up in there, because if he was staying cyanide getting blue and I wasn't getting enough flow, I kept getting air in there until I changed that back to where I took the blue out. And when you get the blue out, then you start worrying about the intubations and everything. Believe me, you'd be surprised that he's not getting oxygen somewhere, and you start pumping like that, and you're pumping oxygen in, and you press it at the same time, and the circulation, you can see the whole color change.
Yeah, so I'm looking at my card, and it's good till 8/11 of 2026.
Yeah, I was certified to teach CPR, certified for AED, to teach AED.
Yeah, mine's through the National Safety Council.
Yeah, we pulled up on a scene one time. We pulled up on a scene one time. They had a woman on the ground in a nursing home. She had just taken a bath, had a heart attack, and she had put powder all over her. We walk in the room. She's butt naked on the ground. She's about 80 years old, butt naked on the ground. They're doing CPR on her. I mean, I was so pissed. I said, "Who put powder on her?" They said they had powdered up, then she had a heart attack, right? And they're trying to do an AED on her, and they wonder why it won't stick. You know, because it isn't sticking. I brought her into the unit, grabbed the thing of alcohol, and just poured alcohol on her and wiped it, just to get places I could put stuff on. Because everything you couldn't put anything on it, because everything had powder on it. You couldn't get it.
That's pretty bad if it's that powdery that those won't stick to it, because those things are sticky as shit.
Yeah, I mean, it was like she looked like freaking Beetlejuice, all the white. Yeah, we worked her. We worked her, got her to the hospital. Got her to the hospital. She was still coded. They got her to the hospital, hit her again at the hospital, got her back. Her daughter comes flying in the ER and sees that she's alive, looks over at me, runs over to me, and starts punching on me. And I almost knocked her out, man. She started punching on me, and I grabbed her, and I pinned her against the wall and said, "What the hell are you doing? Why did you work her? She had DNR. She's supposed to die." Boy, you talking about, yeah, I can't tell you what I said.
Well, sometimes you don't know that, though.
I didn't know it.
Like, if you run across somebody and you go and decide to use an AED on them, how are you supposed to know that they have a DNR? They might not have a bracelet or anything that says that.
Well, she's at a nursing home. They came into, I said, "What's a medical history?" They handed me a medical history, and I said, "Anything else I need to know?" Like that. And they said no. I didn't ask if she had DNRs, because usually when you pick the medical history, it's got DNR in red on the top.
Well, you think they would have just not even told you to come in there at that point?
Oh yeah. So why'd they call us? So I'm working, and I get her to the hospital, still getting beat on. And when I pinned her against the wall, it wasn't nice the way I pinned her against the wall. And I said, "Bitch, don't touch me again." Like that. And about that time, NOPD was there, because they were at the hospital. They ran over and grabbed her, put her in cuffs. They said, "You're under arrest. You just assaulted him," because that's a big deal here. And so she's having a fit. He wasn't supposed to be doing anything. I said, "They did not tell me anything. Here's her medical records I got. Does that say anything on it?" Went back to the nurse's home. "Oh yeah, baby, I forgot." Yeah, nurse said, "Yeah, baby, I forgot to tell you she had DNRs."
They should have never called you guys except for to pick up a dead body.
Well, they shouldn't even call us for that. They should have called us to go out there to just run a strip and say she's dead.
Right, like that's why they would call you and then tell you to save somebody if they have a DNR.
Yeah, I mean, this woman, the doctor got in this woman's face, because the doctor's the one that got her back. I didn't get her back.
That reminds me of that King of Queens episode where she's like, where the dad or whatever. He goes, does he have a DNR? She goes, no, he has a paper sign that they have to use every machine they have to try to keep him alive.
Yep. But I'll tell you what, it had to be guaranteed. It had to be money. It had to be she needed to die because she had money or something.
Oh,
well,
even it was like
so funny.
Even with the DNR, if it's not actually life threatening, then surely they've still got to be treated.
Yeah, if they code, that's
Yeah,
it. You're not supposed to bring them back.
You maintain them. You maintain them. Get them to the hospital. But if they code, you let them go.
Yep, that's the paper they sign. Like even though they could save some of these people, that's that's their wishes at the end of the day. Well, because some of them might already be like terminally ill at the point anyway, and so they just don't want to deal with it anymore. And they're like, if I code, just let me go. And they have to do that, so they have to follow their wishes.
Yeah.
Just like some states here have made it legal to where you can commit legal suicide now. You can have a doctor come in and you can say your goodbyes to your family, and they give you some medication, and you're gone.
So they're showing
that's euthanasia, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a few states that have allowed that.
Yeah. So they got they're showing in St. John Parish, that's to the west of New Orleans. They're showing the Circle K and the Racetrack gas station, and the gas is $2.52 a gallon, which is about right now. Across the street, there's a Marathon. Gas is $2.83 a gallon. So it's 30 cents more a gallon across the street, and they're open. The other two are closed, right? So that's price gouging.
Yep.
They're staying open and charging 30 cents more a gallon. State needs to step in and fine them, right? Guess what else is open next door to them? Only two things open. That gas station and the Waffle House.
Well, what you have to do is if you take pictures of that and then send it into your state government, they're supposed to go out and investigate it, and then they'll find them. I know here in Florida, they don't fuck around about price gouging.
Yeah, same thing.
If I walk into a gas station and I videotape them trying to sell me a case of water for like $20, you best believe the state's going to find the living shit out of that gas station when they get that video. Yeah. They don't fuck around about price gouging. They get real strict.
It's a Marathon station. You know where Marathon gas comes from? Venezuela. Kamala's cousins.
That our actual state attorney, that's one of her pet peeves is price gouging.
Yep.
Ashley Mooney, she does not like price gouging. That's one of the things that she's very strict on during storms.
What did Kamala say? Price gauging?
Price gauging.
Yeah, she said price gauging. Price gauging.
But yeah, here they'll tell you take videos or take pictures if you see it. Because we had people coming into Walmart, dude. We were selling what was it, 32 packs of water for $3.50, which is our normal price. And people were coming in swearing up and down we were price gouging them at $3.50. And I was like, that's the same price it is all the time. We're not price gouging anybody. That's the same exact price it was 2 weeks ago. It's $3.50 for 32 bottles of water. What are you bitching about? That's cheap. Like that's how do you consider that a price gouge? If I was price gouging, I'd be charging you $25 for that, or $1 a bottle, right? That's price gouging. Not when I'm charging you less than 5 cents a fucking bottle. That's ridiculous. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But then there's people that'll come in there and they'll buy two or three, 4 cases of water, and then they'll take it back to a little mom and pop gas station, and they'll be trying to sell Great Value water, which is Walmart branded water. And they'll be trying to sell for $15, $20 a case to people.
Yep.
Maths was never your strong point, was it, Justin? 32 bottles at $3.50 is about $11 a bottle, not 5. 11 cents a bottle.
It's about to say $11 a bottle. How about my
Ele-
math?
11 cents. 11 cents a bottle, not 5.
I was just throwing a number out there. I was just saying in general, like it's just stupid. People are trying to say we were price gouging. They're too dumb to realize that that was the same price they paid for a case of water 2 weeks ago. And then what was funny is everybody hated Aquafina, right? We would always sell out of all the other bottles of water except for the cases of Aquafina. That'd be like the last water, last resort of anybody wanting to buy. I had a guy come in one day in a hurricane, and we had a half a case of Aquafina left. That was it, half a pallet of Aquafina. There was probably about, I don't know, 10 cases on there. And he says, "Is that all the water you have?" And I said, "Yeah, unfortunately, all we have is Aquafina left." He goes, "Never mind. I'll find water somewhere else." I was like, "You picky bitch." I was like, yeah. I was like, "Dude, it's in the middle of a damn hurricane, you picky bitch." Like, really? Bitch, because it's Aquafina. But that was always the one that would sell out last. Everybody hated Aquafina.
I mean, for God's sake, water's water.
And then we would usually keep 2 pallets in the back for employees. And then each employee was allowed to get 1 case of water before they left from work. Because we would work right up till the last minute, like literally hours, like anywhere between 4 to 6 hours before the storm was scheduled to hit, we'd be working. All the people that volunteered to stay to work.
Hey, Johnny, try that. I sent you one. Sent you a link.
So yeah, we'd be working up till about 6 hours or so before the storm hit. And so we wouldn't have time to go shopping and get anything. And so we would keep a couple carts of bread and a couple pallets of water in the back. And then we would also keep some other little things, a couple cases of like different foods, like canned foods and stuff. We would throw a few. We'd have about a half a pallet of different canned foods and stuff that people could choose from to buy and take. And then once the store was locked up and everybody was getting ready to leave, everybody would line up and get their shit at the registers.
Johnny.
Well, it was a good day for the grocery department though, because we'd sell out of damn near everything.
See you, but I don't hear you.
It was a good way to wipe our shelves out and get a fresh inventory in.
Hey.
Hi, Johnny.
Apparently the hurricane knocked his sound out.
Hello, Johnny. How's it going?
I don't know you. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. I don't know.
You hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
hear
can
you
hear
now.
That's it now.
Uh,
Johnny.
Looks like I'm not moving.
Sounds like you got
get-
YouTube playing in the background there.
Hey, how's it going?
Dude,
I don't know you. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Yeah. Johnny's new at this. We'll blame it on the hurricane.
That'll work.
do you hear me now?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
I got you. Yeah, no lie. First time I ever live stream.
Well,
The,
it's about time, Johnny.
the
We've heard a lot about you.
Joe was thinking about going out and flying.
Shit, we couldn't even get to the lighthouse. I'm sure that road would be covered.
Yeah, that road's done.
That road on a sunny day, it's sometimes you can't get there.
Well, it might not, because the way the storm's doing now, we're gonna get north winds. It's pushing the water to New Orleans.
It still looks like it's basically gonna come right over. Probably northern Tangible Hoe, not far from the house, I can tell you that.
Well, it's trying to say that, but it's got too much of a jog going. I don't know what it's doing.
Yeah, well, it ain't gonna be too bad, but hey, anything could happen. We got our generators, did a test run, we all good,
So I know where to go when I lose electricity then.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Might not have no air conditioning, but I might probably won't be able to run the air, but I do have that little portable.
I finally took the little portable fan out the box.
Oh,
Hi, Michael.
They got 3 batteries charged for it.
Yeah, those are good. I see Reed Timmer. It must be coming. I'm not sure where he's going. When he comes to town, it's like Jim Cantor. You don't really want him coming to your town.
JD.
He's coming by y'all?
No, I don't know. I hadn't pulled it up. I think he would be probably going somewhere toward, I don't know where it's, he chases tornadoes, you know?
Well, right now they're still saying at 11 o'clock, they're still saying it's going to come in just east of Baton Rouge. That's what they keep saying.
Yeah, that's right on us, east of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, it means you get the eye wall. But last night they're saying I was going to get 70-mile-an-hour winds. Now they're saying I'm getting 40-mile-an-hour winds.
We need to send it to Laura. She needs this.
So, yeah, Laura needs this.
I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
Later, Joe.
See you, Justin.
So I canceled my Neo, my order.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, the more I hear about it, the more I don't really need it, you know.
Yeah, I really hadn't thought about getting it too much. I mean, they really now, I'm not saying it kind of took the shine off of it having to wait. Not that it's, I mean, listen.
Yeah, that's what it did.
I mean, it don't matter if we get it in December, but I mean, I don't know. It's kind of, you know, just, I don't know. You can get excited about it and get caught up in it. And I mean, it looks like it could be a little Bailey, yeah, right there. Bailey's cooking. I had to show y'all the size of these muffins that she's cooking. They're big, Joe. You know, like the big salad on Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Wait till you see the size of the, oh my God.
I'm on the way.
They got them. She got them at, oh yeah, that's the master air screw. Those are pretty neat.
Master air screws.
Man, why don't we turn it up a little bit?
Sure, not ready.
Hold up a second.
She's cooking there?
Well, you got your disclaimer up, Joe. Johnny wants to show Martha's muffins.
Careful, it's hot.
They got 2 things going in their oven, and so she's over here cooking these.
Huh?
Whose dog?
Hey, Joe, do you think this is for real?
No. No.
$200 for that, and that's
No.
the 2 and
What is that?
No.
Ain't no way.
It's on Facebook. That's fake. Don't buy it.
Mini 4 Pro.
No.
Oh, send me 150. I'll send it to you. Nah, that's fake.
That's a pretty good site looking thing.
Yeah. So they ain't got much longer than.
I'll put them on another 5 minutes, maybe. We'll see.
I don't think it's good.
You might should have turned it, you know, the air.
Maybe.
Joe, is it raining by you now?
It's got a light sprinkle.
Yeah, it's very light right now. What is Mark doing?
Reading.
Oh. I see your head bouncing in there.
Yeah, I have to read with a magnifying glass.
Gotcha.
So I have to have the phone really close to my head.
It looks like it's a real site. But that just, for the DJI RC2 controller.
Yeah.
And 3 batteries and the drone and everything for $200.
I don't know.
Yeah, that
I got
doesn't
I
sound
got
right.
mine really cheap, and that was still £570.
Yeah, that
How much is 570 pounds?
Echo, what's £570 in dollars?
£570 is about $742 and 48 cents.
Just over 140. Yeah. But it had an error on the RC2. It would go through the screens until you said activate, and then it will come up with a server error 2. Apparently, they had a batch of RC2s with that error. And it's something to do with the firmware, and it just won't load up any updates firmware. And I saw some videos on it, and they said that you just attach it to a computer and use Assistant 2 to load them through that. But that only actually works if that server error appears after you've already had it activated and it's not updating stuff that's already there. But I got in touch with DJI and they said they had a batch of them with that problem. We'll send you a return label, send it back, and we'll replace it. So I'm getting a brand new RC2. I mean, I already had an RC2 anyway, which I bound to the drone and it works fine. It was just the controller that was faulty. So they're replacing it under warranty, and I've got the whole Flymore kit for that price.
what gets me is the Neo is $200 by itself. The Stardust, the case is $50.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, I'm going to show you all the photos with that ad.
Hey Joe, he's supposed to be sending me a case, so.
Okay, so can you see that, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the RC2, right?
Right.
Yep. But I mean, even second hand, that should be fetching about $750, shouldn't it?
I would think.
I guarantee you, if you look through all of the listings on Facebook, you'll find it again being sold by somebody else.
She's been on a while, but I just don't think it's right. Maybe somebody stole it, you know?
Yeah, but people are using accounts that have been open for ages. Either that or they've managed to find a way of faking the start date and stuff like that, because it happens way too often now. Johnny went.
He's got a bunch of pictures for it.
Yeah, well,
and their profile looks real, you know.
The profile possibly is, but the advert isn't.
Yeah, it looks as legit as it can, but I don't trust it.
I mean, a lot of them they copy pictures from somebody selling it on eBay and use those.
Here's what should I ask? I've got it up so I can ask a question.
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Paul, you didn't fly the Mini 3 when you had it.
No, but this controller is a big upgrade if you're going to fly anything else. You know, let's say all of a sudden you could get any drone you want. This controller will take care of them because I got the controllers for the other one.
No,
This will only work with the Air 3, Mini 3, the 4, the Mini 4 Pro, Air 3, and the Neo.
Yeah, it only works with those 3 drones at the moment. And it's the same, exactly the same screen as the RC that you've already got.
The RC
I've
got 2 RCs. I got the original RC, then I got the upgraded RC, RC1, which flies all of the Air 2S's and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that only flies the Air 2S, the Mavic Pro, the Mini 3. It doesn't fly the Air 2. It doesn't fly the Mini 2. It doesn't fly anything before the Air 2S. And like you said, it's only 700 nits and it's not bright enough. Well, the RC2 is still only 700 nits.
Yeah, I pulled up the same listing that you were looking at with just a number. So I've got the listing pulled up, but it won't even let me look at it. I can look at the thing, but it won't let you. There's nothing I can do to even get into it to look at it. I don't know why. And if I search it on Marketplace, it doesn't even come up on my end. That'll be honest with you, that'd be a steal.
That's what I'm thinking. The case alone is 50, 60, 70, 80 bucks.
Yeah, at least 70. Yeah, Johnny just sent a picture to me. That biscuit's about that big. That muffin they're making.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a breakfast, lunch, and dinner muffin.
If you're shopping from Realtor.com only shows you sales sourced directly from professionals. You can trust every home listing every week. Don't assume that really. Trust the number of real estate professionals. It's a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like I said, it looks really legit. But I'm looking around on Mini 4s. Look at the other listings in your area and see if they look like that. See if anybody's just copying them.
Now I can't find any here, so
check it on eBay as well and see if somebody's selling the same one on eBay. They might have just copied the pictures from it.
See, I don't agree with it. Says like if I'm looking at all, lets me look up to 500 miles. You know what I mean?
Is what?
It only lets me look from my location 500 miles. I'm gonna try something.
Why is that?
This does.
You got a setting wrong, or?
No, it goes off of my location.
Yeah, but can't you set the maximum distance in the settings?
No. Nope, won't let me. Yeah, I found it. See, and when I go to it, I got it on here. I can't even buy it now. I can't do anything on it. It's locked. So somebody's reported it. So they blocked it up so you can't buy it. Can you buy it on yours?
No, it's not buy, sell, or anything.
Yeah, because on where it says buy, it's blocked, right? If somebody's reported it, so they've locked it up. I tell you what, for $200, shoot, that would be a jump on deal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's even cheaper than you would manage to buy the RC2 for on its own.
Yeah.
In fact,
I don't even want the Mini 4 Pro, but I'd have bought it if I knew that was true.
3 batteries and a charger will cost you that.
Dude, 3 batteries and charger more than 200.
Yeah.
What's your email address?
Mine?
Is it Joe America?
You gotta say Droneflyer at Gmail. That'll come to me. But I'm looking at the same thing right now that you're looking at. And I'm blocked. I can't. So I was gonna say buy now, it wouldn't let me do it. Won't even let me contact them. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's reported as a scam. That messaging. Yeah, you could message them. So you're interested in the item.
There's the link to the marketplace that I've got.
It's probably the same thing.
If you're looking at the same thing, is it the same seller's name? Is it in the same place?
Yep, same thing. Yeah, because it says I could message them, but I can't buy it.
Yeah, I can't buy either. The buy now is whited out.
Yeah.
Or grayed out, I guess.
It's grayed out, but if you put on there a message, it will give you messages you could send to them.
Yeah, I sent a message.
Yeah, I think it's fake. Yeah, I think it's fake because I'm looking at other ones up in your area, and for the same system, they want $1,000, $900, $900, $950, $1,000.
Well, aren't they about $1,300 over there for you?
Yeah, they got one 180. There you go. You see, it's the same pictures, different pictures.
Says
It's all stock pictures.
If you click on her name, Rosie Gaffney, says she lives in Richmond, Vermont.
You can see they're almost no numbers. They're to actually listen to it, and I think they all should have been sitting in their seats.
You can message her.
Yeah, it's Richford, Vermont. Now I'll tell you, I'm looking at her picture here. You go back on her Facebook and see somewhere. Last time she's been on is May. She hasn't been on since May. August 10th is her last post. Like a month ago. So what I'm thinking, the only reason I think this might be legit, but it's blocked. That's the only thing it's blocked. That's why I'm worried about it. The only reason I think it might be legit is because she's got the last picture she's put in there. She's got a picture with an older guy. And I was looking back to see if maybe that might have been her dad, might have been passed away, might have been his drone.
Yeah.
And that she's just selling it. See, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. That's usually the way because there are so few women actually in the drone community.
And then she's got back here a little bit further on September 25th. When did that post go up, that drone? Do you have a date on it?
No, not on mine.
Hold on. I was there.
It usually says listed so long ago.
Yeah.
We've seen a spike in crime that involves illegal immigrants in this country. We've seen girls, particularly young girls and women.
I got out of it. I can't go back to it. Oh, it might be here. Hold on. I found it. Hold on. So
when you say she's building on what's working, what in the world is she talking about? And
there's used like new.
3.5 years to do what you say he just did.
It don't tell you when it was listed.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on, man. That's the question. That's my question. When was it listed? Because on her Facebook, if you go on her Facebook, back in, let me get back to it. On September 25th, 2023. That was late. Never mind.
That's last year. We're only on the 11th.
Yeah, it says, where can I drop a UPS package locally? It's labeled ready to ship. So if it would have been this year, I'd have said maybe, and it's still not September 25th yet. You know, so it's like, I was thinking maybe it's already sold, you know?
No, come on, you lot should know the date today.
And I'm thinking outside the box. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's legit. Too many flags in there. It looks like actual good pictures. Like somebody got the pictures. And I've looked around at other Mini 4 Pro pictures. I don't see nothing like it. You know what I mean? I don't see anything like it.
Yeah, like I said, quite often they nick them off, off eBay. The pictures.
Yeah, there's no pictures like this on Facebook. Right, shoot, they got one on here out of Newark, New Jersey, $39.90. That's good. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Oh, I got me. What's it? ND filters for the Mini 4 today. He had ND filters in the set that I bought off that guy that lost his drone in a lake.
Yeah.
But it was minus the 32 because that obviously was on the drone.
Yeah. Well, I don't use 32 anyway.
32 is pretty standard for a nice-ish day here on the Mini 3 and the Mini 4 because of the amount of light that sensor lets in.
Well, the only thing is that buy it now is grayed out. So how can you send or buy it or whatever, you know?
Yeah, it's either been sold or it's fake and somebody reported it. That's all I'm telling you.
Sold and they didn't delete the.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, if it was legit, it didn't last. It's gone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because the only reason the only way I found it is I went over looking to see what the going price is for that controller, and I saw that. It's like,
370.
what the hell?
Yeah. Anything over here, anything between £250 and £300. Second hand on eBay.
But it is what it is.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Guess who's over live?
Who?
Who's our favorite gamer?
Went live?
He just left here.
Yep.
Is he on with
Justin.
Laura? David's on.
19 minutes ago, he went live. Fortnite.
Addiction.
David's got that meeting with his care worker, hasn't he?
Yep. Well, what do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I got that weather thing coming on. I'm gonna watch on the stream.
Okay.
That guy's coming on, Ryan Hall. I want to see what he's saying.
All righty.
I'm gonna go finish the
Okay.
rest of my jambalaya.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again later today.
Later.
Okay, bye all.
Bye-bye.